Welcome, Bastronauts. This is Teal's Bass Galaxy, an endless dimension of fishing legends and degenerates connecting through raw, real, in-person conversations and stories. No, this is not your average fishing podcast. There's no rules, there's no limits. 3, 2, 1, blast off. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Attention all Bastronauts. This podcast is supported by the Bass Galaxy's title sponsor, Waypoint Angler Supply, the Midwest's new landing pad for hardcore anglers just like you and me. If you're looking for the sneaky goods you can't find anywhere else, look no further. Waypoint Angler Supply has the largest offering of JDM tackle in the Midwest, and they are right here in Minnesota on Lake Minnetonka. This is truly a place every bass fisherman in Minnesota needs to visit because we finally have a tackle shop in the state that's as dreamy as the ones you find down south. And the staff at Waypoint Angler Supply understands the various needs of us anglers, which is why you'll find the selection there so enticing. Ross and the folks at Waypoint Angler Supply are passionate about carrying the right stuff, providing an authentic customer experience, and they listen to the anglers. And it doesn't end at JDM baits. They stock all the top U.S. brands, as well as local Minnesota brands like Vocelka Fishing and Customs, Arsenal Fishing, Bait Lab Custom Swim Baits, All Terrain Tackle, Bagley Northland, Outcast Tackle, and more. So stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. Your code for the month of June is Galaxy2420. The Bass Galaxy is also supported by Vocelka Fishing and Customs, Supreme Lending Dream Team, Lake Country Insurance Services, My Wedge Motor Support, Supreme Lure Company, just north of Memphis, Barbecue and Catering. Thank you. Hey, cheers, boys. Bass
Cheers.
Galaxy, Powerhouse Lithium House, mansion, shanty. Where the hell are we, dude? Bougie place here.
Yeah, I'm not really even sure.
Bougie
Just
place.
typed it in.
It's a new dimension.
Yeah.
It's a new dimension. There's a fireplace, without a window. I think you can just
Put some logs in there.
we
Yeah.
should get some mallows going later.
Kyle Patrick actually booked this place, and he went above and beyond, way more than what we needed.
Can we roast marshmallows later? I haven't done
We
that
can.
since Nam, dude. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, bring me back to my childhood where I learned how to bass fish. But we got Kyle Norsetter in the building, qualified through the Central Opens. He's kicking butt on the Elite Series. We got Brad Leuthner in the house as a co-host tonight. He's going to
I'm
help
helping you
extract
out a
all the
little bit.
juice.
Yeah.
And then we've got the CEO and founder of Powerhouse Lithium, or
Right.
what is your title officially, RJ?
Whatever you want to call me.
Okay.
Yep. Just the owner works too.
The owner. Yeah, talk to the owner.
All right.
Yeah, we can do that. But so we're down here at the Classic, and Justin Hamner just won, and I had an epiphany today. Have you guys seen the movie Beer Fest and Super Troopers? You know Barry Badgernath? You guys know Barry Badgernath? These schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Yeah.
Dude, looks just like Justin Hamner.
Right.
Do you see it?
I see that, yeah,
You see
for
it?
sure.
I can't unsee it anymore.
Right.
I just see Justin Hamner licking this window in the back of a cop car. I can't unsee that right now. I cannot unsee that.
And
dude.
that could happen to him tonight. Honestly, after you win the Bassmaster Classic, you're gonna go.
You might lick a cop car.
You're
window
gonna
knife.
burn down the town, and you might be thrown in jail.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of burning down the town, did you guys hear Bradley almost got shot last night?
He didn't
No,
tell
not
us
at all.
that part.
He held that out.
Oh yeah, it was.
You should probably tell that story, dude.
Okay, so we were at Luke Duncan's like party, and it got to be about 1 in the morning. Of course, we got bored, so we rented some scooters. I mean, this town is full of scooters, which is really fun to do. You know, scoot around.
Were you doing the lime? The
Yeah,
limes?
yeah. And, I mean, they're super dangerous, but we held her together. We got there. We got uptown. We went to a place that we had been before, and last night it just turned wild. I mean, there was people punching people in cars. I mean, there was like some guy beating the tar out of a woman on the sidewalk, and so we bailed. And from what I've heard this morning, a couple other guys told me that someone actually got murdered there last night.
Damn. This was at Reds.
Yeah, that's how I read.
I was there 3 nights ago, and I got some murder vibes.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely
nothing
murder.
like that. I never saw a woman get curb stomped. I mean, that's just cold-blooded.
I mean, you don't usually see that this day and age.
No, only in the movies.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
very few
Why
of
didn't
those
you
do.
save her?
Yeah, what were you like? Did you just like ride away?
He was saving himself.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys like.
Those
there
scooters
was
charged
probably,
by the hour. He had to get it back.
Yeah, they're not cheap either.
Right.
If I would have went over there, I would have surely been shot. Whoa!
You screwed the vibe up, bro.
Come on, bud.
Just totally ruined it.
Keep going.
Okay, so yeah, it wasn't like a time where you jump. Normally, yes, I would definitely. I don't condone that at all, but it was not the place to do it. You would have ended up dead. I mean, there's people throwing hoods over their head and running in there. I mean, it was wild. Like, I haven't seen anything like it.
Hey, welcome to Tulsa.
If I'd have been rolling with Norsetter, I'd have been feeling a lot more comfortable last night. I feel
Well,
like I feel like that's the guy to roll into the bar
I was
with, you know?
rolling with Brucey, so I feel like the first couple shots would have hit him, and I would have probably got away.
So
but-
you would have thrown Brucey under the bus to save yourself, is what you're telling me.
No, he's just so big that he kind of takes.
But where
a
would
lot.
you have gone?
I would have been like right next to him, but they would probably aimed at the big guy. You know?
The little guy's supposed to creep up and give him a sleeper.
Yeah. When Brucey has him running, then I get him.
Yeah.
You ever been in a fight, Mr. Norsetter? Or a
With-
duel?
With windows.
We've had our fair share. That's why we're the ones drinking the water on a podcast. So
You know how to
in the
brawl,
best
though.
interest.
Like, if you have to.
If we have to.
Yeah. I'm just going to tilt that up just a touch, bud.
Can you get that thing going again?
Yeah, I want to. I want to see someone else try to get it.
I think we should start a fight club in here.
Dude, this
Get
would be
Matt
a
Robertson and Summerall over here.
This would be a pretty
Yeah,
cool.
some wrestling going on.
We could sit around the top balcony and watch them duel down here.
Norsetter, maybe take Summerall. I'm not positive.
I don't think so.
Summerall's big.
No,
dude.
Summerall's big. You can take. You can probably. I feel like you and Matty would be a good competition, though.
Huh?
You and Matt Robertson. I think that'd be
Oh,
good
okay.
wrestling.
First I thought I was talking about Matty Wong.
No, you
He's like 100
you'd
pounds.
take Matt.
You might know, like,
I think
some jiu-jitsu or
Trey
something.
McKinney would be a more formidable opponent for him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey McKinney definitely more your side.
Yeah,
Be easy.
Or
weighs-
RJ. I mean, get it done tonight, right?
RJ.
You don't want it.
Oh, boy.
I feel like RJ plays by like street rules. Like he might pull a shank out. or
You haven't
something.
seen his jeans he's wearing.
He.
Oh, he's fucking
Skinny
oh,
jeans. He can't hide
He
nothing.
got them BKEs on.
And
Yeah.
With the buckles
He's
on.
like-
Bedazzle, bedazzle.
But-
He's like
Bedazzlers.
from Nebraska too.
He
And I
bougie.
don't think they're very. I mean, he's
Just remember-
bougie from Nebraska.
Bougie
Well,
for Nebraska, I would
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah. Country in Minneapolis, bougie in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say he's strong, but I don't think he's like ever fought anything but a hay bale or a cow.
He's built like an ox.
Yeah, he is.
Thinks like one too. I'm just kidding.
No, he's real bright.
He's smart, dude.
Yeah,
Smart dude.
way smarter than us.
Yeah, he's kind of on RJ. You're kind of on like a spectrum in a good way, I would say.
I don't
Like,
think you can be on a spectrum in a good way.
we're all on a spectrum.
You're on the upper spectrum.
We're all
I don't
on a
think-
spectrum. It's a spectrum. Like nobody's off the spectrum. You're either
No, I get it. I just feel like you're never referred to as on a spectrum unless you're on a spectrum.
dude. I got the autism. I guarantee it.
You do?
Oh, if I went to a therapist, she'd be like, "You got autism,
Oh, I'm
B-tism, C-tism, D-tism, E-tism."
That's a lot of
F-tism,
tisms.
G-tism, probably.
You could have just
Right.
left it at a solid tism.
Yeah.
Tism. You
got
just
the
have
tiz.
tisms.
You got a tiz.
Yeah, I don't.
It kind of goes with your last name. I mean, it's science, right? It was
Dude, it's
proportionally
simple.
put together.
It's simple
Tealism.
math and science. You make a
Tealism.
good point, Mr. Norsetter.
You just got to think out of the box sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, those gummy bears were good. Were those Albanese gummy bears, or were those the Harbros?
Those are Harbros. for sure.
Harbros.
I wish they were gummy worms. Like, it's kind of
Trolley?
like
Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys like the sour gummy worms better, or the fucking
Straight to the
I
point,
like
gummy
Sour
worms.
Patch Kids about the best, I would say.
Sour Patch Kids? You get those at the movie theater when you take your kid to the
They're
movie?
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
They're good, dude.
Yeah,
They're good.
Yeah. I mean,
They're
I
good.
have kids, so sometimes I have to take them to movies and stuff.
They
You'll be
let you
forgiven.
have kids?
Yeah, once
I didn't
upon
believe
a
it
time.
either.
Once
I didn't
upon
believe
a
it
time.
either.
Yeah.
How much you pay?
To have kids? Well, it's not so much up front, it's just down the road, you know?
Well, it's good you're still not married to a hooker.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah.
No, lady boy.
Oh, is
Ladyboy?
that a thing now? Is that even? You're the math guy. Is that mathematically possible?
Yeah, I mean, with what Brad showed us.
Double Y chromosome equals X.
I don't know,
We
you
just
guys
gotta give
are
him a hard
way-
time.
You guys are way over my head. This is like my first time meeting Kyle Norsetter.
Do you guys
right?
want to like go back into the third dimension? Maybe.
Whoa.
We could do that.
We could.
I could be brother after saying that.
You could be.
I like your unique voice. Just so you know, you need to own that. It makes you who you are.
When I hear my own voice, I want to throw up.
Same, dude.
honestly.
Same.
I hate it. Like it
I'm
freaks
sorry.
me out.
Well, dude, I didn't mean to call you out, dude.
no, I'm all right with it. I mean,
okay.
kind of do a lot of stuff with my voice now, so kind of got to be all right with it.
Well, Brad, since you mentioned it, I should tell you as well that I'm a little self-conscious about my body sometimes.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot
My
of
vagina
fat.
starts to hurt.
Does it
and, like,
swell up?
Oh,
Itch?
well,
Yeah.
not often, but when it does, it's like, oh, I get why
Thought I
women are the
smelled
way they
fish.
are. Like, if I had to deal with that, I don't know how you ladies do it.
I don't know either. Kyle?
Good one, Brad. Good one. You only know what the lady boy smells like.
I've never had a lady boy. I mean,
Not that you know of.
well, I think you'd know. Like,
We're
still
how would
trying
you
to put
not
together the
know?
puzzle.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Okay. I mean, I feel like they have extra stuff you just figure out about, you know?
I guess.
I mean, there was a point in time last night we were in a trendy bar. We call it a gay bar.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they are.
the eagle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like politically incorrect, but it was a gay bar, and
Thank you, Biden.
yeah, you know, I don't
Actually,
want to
he's
go.
not politically correct.
I don't want to go to jail. I mean, so anyways,
Why would you go to jail for that?
You never know.
It's
I mean,
true. It's
we're
true.
from Minnesota, right? Like
Totally.
down here now, you won't go to jail, but up there for sure. So, anyways, we
Nobody
were there,
listening
and there
should
was
jail.
some like, there's some crazy stuff going on. I'm not gonna lie, but I think there was lady boys in there, but I don't know.
Do we want to go down that road right now?
No. We should.
Chicks with dicks?
Oh, no, we don't need
You're
that.
not into that?
No.
It's like a major trend now, right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you experimented with it?
No. No, I haven't. But I've never been one to like ride a trend, you know?
What about start one?
Do you ever start trends?
I try. Some people, like, some of the dumb people, like maybe follow, but no, I'm not necessarily that either. I'm kind of just a gypsy.
I mean,
You know?
the one thing I know about the Teal podcast, you gotta be really careful not to get tilted. So let's do something else.
I've gotten too tilted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We
happens,
don't
okay?
want to have to delete.
I'm not
half
saying
the
we're
podcast.
not getting tilted. We're fucking talking and having beers. Chill out, Mom. Chill the fuck out. Okay? And I want to get to know this Norsetter guy because
I
he
do
kind of
too.
flies under the radar, my radar anyway. Where the hell have you been?
As far as?
Well, you qualified through like the Centrals, which is like, that was the doghouse before the EQs now.
Yeah.
And you're from Wisconsin, and I feel like I haven't really, like, I don't know much about you, man. And I guess that's a super impressive feat to qualify for the Elite Series, and I feel like your story deserves to be told to an extent, for sure. You know, maybe we'll leave the gay parts out, but
Leave them with RJ. Yeah, no, just, fished my whole life and then started fishing a lot of local tournaments, and everything was clicking really, really good when I was doing that. And sat down, talked with the woman, and finances, everything was in order. She was game for me to try it. Like I said, of course, stop drinking helped a crap ton with that, because too many windshields and too much excess BS was going on in my life at the time, and pulled it together and winged it. Started with the Toyota series and the Centrals, jumped over into the Opens because they started later. One thing with me, it seemed like the beginning of my seasons were always off a little bit, no matter what. You know, from up north, if you haven't traveled a bunch, of course, we get a lot of ice. Cold seasons, can't fish year-round like the guys from down south. And, you know, the Toyota started off a little slow, and then things progressed as the Opens came, and going down to Sam Rayburn sitting in 10th place, and a couple guys that were doing really well kind of twisted back and forth. And then here we are, squeaked in the top 10 and needed to jump to 9th and make the Destiny, and Destiny's here. You know, as that goes, last year I finished 80th. That was kind of devastating. I got on a good roll midway through the season, thinking everything was going to have the trainee wheels on, and they fell off, and crash we went when it came to Champlain. You know, we were pretty much almost making every cut, fell short of Lay Lake just by like a pound, and then Champlain fell off, and I was really worried and devastated towards the end. You know, you want to make a cut, want to make a check, want to continue to progress, and then the St. Lawrence claim, and we got delayed a day of practice because we had terrible winds, and they decided instead of pushing the event to take away a day of practice. Of course, Bass has the major call in that and their discretion, and it wasn't bad. Ended up making the cut with only a day and 3/4 of practice, and never even stepped my foot, our boat, on the St. Lawrence. So
Dang.
here we are now, and this year's going really good. Fished the Toyota series at Gunnersville just to stay fresh. Like I said, the beginning of the season started out slow, so I entered all the Central Toyotas. One, I'll be going from here when we leave here, pick the boat up, pre-fishing Wheeler, and then I'll jump over and pre-fish Smith, well fishing the Central Toyotas. And as soon as I'm done with Smith, we got to head to the Harris, St. John's, then we got Chickamauga and Murray. So
You're a busy boy, Mr. Norsetter.
it's all in this year. You only
Yeah.
get one shot, and you got to stay and maintain while you're there. The hardest hill to climb is making the elites, and especially since they did the EQs. You know, the younger anglers, as they proved last year, are getting better and better. Live scope is playing a huge role in fishing right now, whether you like it or not. I prefer to fish grass if I can. I'll use the live scope with the grass. That's what I wanted to do at Toledo. I mean, of course, Fort doesn't have grass like that, but I wanted to make something work, and it didn't work, and I had to go scoping. And you just got to put it together and switch gears while you can.
Sure. And I was curious, so you come from like that Madison area, right?
Yep.
So Grass Lake's just kind of like Bradley and I do in
Yeah.
the Northland.
Oh, yeah.
And what I love about talking to different anglers is each angler who's been as successful as you guys, they develop their own style, they develop their own lane, they develop something that seems to work for them. That's maybe no angler is the exact same, right?
Yeah.
Every angler, you're a human being, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your fishing style like? How do you like to prefer to fish? Grass, obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, grass, well, clearly reservoirs change that because we're limited with the reservoirs we go to. So you're fishing a lot more open water, suspended type stuff. But, milfoil, just like you guys got in Minnesota, doing a lot of dunking, flipping. Our lakes are super highly pressured now, especially since COVID.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of licenses that were sold, the amount that the fishing industry took off, and then, I mean, everybody's feeling everything that's going on right now to how things are shifting. So, you get to the summer months, dunking, cranking. A chatterbait never fails. That hasn't been playing as much even back home with the grass when I get a shot to do it. But, I mean, if you can put a power shot in your hands, I love drop shotting. It's just really finessey. I'd prefer to have it on 18 to 20 pound fluoro and a 7.6 medium heavy.
that's cool, man.
So, from being from Wisconsin, are you pretty comfortable with smallmouth or not really?
Oh, yeah, smallmouth, if you can get on them. In all of our events, if you can get a bag of 5 of those, they will conquer the largemouth. But lately it's been 2-3 smallmouth and then 2 big largemouth or vice versa. So all of our lakes have smallmouth. We got a chain of lakes, Kegonsa, Wabisa, now I'm drawing a blank on my own home water, Monona and Mendota. Most of the tournaments.
Jesus.
Those are all like the same name.
Honda, Mendona,
I don't even know.
Milwaukee. What? Those are
Yeah, what?
Wasota.
So are they like a southern smallmouth, or are they more of a like a? I mean, as you travel the country, what I'm experiencing now, there's definitely like 3 different regions of smallmouth. So I'm figuring out. You kind of got the glacier lakes, and then you got like the Mille Lacs, Leech type of lake, Great Lake, probably summed into there, and then you got the southern lakes. I mean,
Dale Hollow type smallmouth, or your
your
Cherokee type.
Your current, never
no.
fails to go to a dam type thing. Or
Yeah, no current related, just lakes.
just lakes.
As
So.
if we came to Minnesota and fished them, you're going to have more of an abundance of them on your lakes. But if we shoot up north in Wisconsin, we're going to have the same thing you guys got.
Yeah.
Just different lakes. You guys got bigger lakes over there than they got up in Wisconsin, but we got a crap ton of lakes.
Yeah.
So, relating to rock, sand transitions are heavy. We got a lot of zebra mussels. I don't know if you guys have those as much in your lakes.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought they were going to wipe the weeds out like they did. Sturgeon Bay got them and cleaned stuff up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, there's zebra mussels.
Well,
in
clean the
Sturgeon Bay.
lake up,
Yeah.
but like in Minnesota, it seems like it makes the grass grow deeper.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it cuts it out shallower and then goes there. We got a lot
Yeah.
of changing because our water was low last year and the grass grew up in abundance. So it grew in weird places where it never was and pushed out, and then places that it was, it disappeared.
Sure.
And
sure.
right now we're probably 2 to 3, I'd say at least 2 to 3 feet low, ungodly low, because the lack of snow, rain. It's coming up a little bit, but we'll see what happens as far as that sprouts the grass. None of the stuff died this winter because of the light winter. I
Right.
don't know what your guys' winter looked like. But
Super light. Super
Super light till this weekend.
But we, honestly, in Minnesota, like, if you ask me, let's go out flipping milfoil, like, I don't even know where I'd go anymore. Like, our milfoil has disappeared.
yeah.
It's all.
Yeah, what is up with that? They nuke the shallower stuff. That's all I think.
I think
can
they
of.
nuke it, but I think the zebra mussel has played a bigger role in it that you don't notice. I think it
weighs
is.
it down.
It kind of, they all attached to it. They probably killed it that way, and then also it cleared up the water enough to really get that coontail growing. I think
Hold the testosterone out of them.
Yeah, I think the coontail just like took over. I mean, you see it on Minnetonka. Like, the coontail is from 30 feet to 2 feet of water. I mean, that's all there is anymore.
Yeah. See, and our lakes they're shaped differently, so we don't get it out that far. We have been seeing clumps of the coon and stuff like that out in 30, but as soon as you fall off on 18 to 20, there's not a lot of areas to fish like that. I've even tried to mimic what we've been doing at these reservoirs and finding suspended fish on bait, because I want to practice that as much as possible because, of course, if I'm fishing fisheries, I don't, flipping, fishing grass, fishing sand transitions. I'm not fishing suspended fish like that at home, and I haven't been able to do it, but I think if somebody can unlock that code, they'll take every event.
Yeah. Well, I want to dive back to that power shot thing because nobody really brings that up. No one talks about power shot.
I got some tied up in the boat, and I don't really ever talk about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to ask him, you fucker.
No, I don't think he should talk about it either.
I know why you changed the subject immediately.
I know where he's
now
going
it's
too.
making sense.
See,
But
he's on another spectrum. We might need to avoid him, right?
Yeah.
too late. Nikes are hot. But no, it's a unique technique. It's a unique way to drop shot. I've done it before, but I'm just curious. Like,
Well, drop shot in the
there's a lot of ways to drop shot or power shot. You know?
So have you ever drop shotted milfoil?
Yeah, that's
with
actually
the spinning rod.
Yeah.
Yep. It takes a lot longer for the bait to get through. Power shotting, it's like flipping, but it's still finesse to me. And then it also puts the bait off. Even though we have hard bottom, we got silt, so it's not buried in there, and it will pendulate right in front of the fish's face. And you can fish it slow and let it sit. You could flip it and they'll hit it right away. You just got to figure out what they want. But that thing has done some numbers.
Damage.
I mean, damage.
The pink
damage.
worm.
And do
not
not
supposed to talk
disclose
about
all
that.
of my
We're not supposed
stuff
to
on a
talk about
podcast.
Yeah, I won't talk about the worm I'm thinking about right now. Okay, so
Remember Teal when me and Dusty Man pretty much own Lake Minnetonka?
easy.
That is what we caught 90% of our fish on, was a power shot. We actually had a rod built for it. We had a 7.6, lots of tip to it. You'd set the hook on it and it would basically bow over, but you need the tip to it because you get it where you want it, and you can just shake it without moving the weight. Like, that's the key thing at the power
So
shop.
you're talking a light tip or more moderate?
No, very light tip, like
So skinnier tip.
yeah.
Got it.
I mean, and we
Just a tip.
We did it, yeah, just a tip. In the milfoil a lot.
That's what got him in trouble the last time.
Yeah, that can get you in trouble once in a while. Where's Dexter?
What?
Are you listening? I hope. Just the tip, bud.
Yeah, I told.
I'm kidding, Dexter.
about tips.
Oh my god, I thought he was sleeping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everywhere, but it is for everywhere. It's also a style that you got to like to fish. You
I-
have to have confidence in it.
Well, there's a fast and like what's cool about it to me is you have a fast fall and then it immediately stops and has like a slower finesse. It's like a react.
Right, but you can
know?
control that too with the rod tip.
For sure.
And are you dropping, dunking, or are you letting it ride down the weed? I kind of like to get straight to the point if I can. Of course, the more times you're in the water presenting it in a different pocket or area, the more times you're likely to get bit. So
Sure. Do you like to keep it on tight line as it's falling, or do you like to slack line then bring that bait back to tight?
I guess
Generally.
it would depend the depth and what the fish are telling me, but pretty much I'll just flip it in, let it fall, and then pull back up on it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
usually not in a rush because if they're going to eat it, you'll feel them run off with it, or else if they eat it hard enough, you're going to feel the tink, and then sometimes just take the slack out of it and just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
wiggle
run-
it back and forth, RJ.
I've noticed on Tonka, like sometimes like a little longer leader than average has yielded some success for me.
Yeah, I think that's more a time of year thing. Like,
Not even a day-to-day thing. I feel like it's a day-to-day thing.
I feel like in the springtime, like they're sitting real high in the water column. So I like it a lot more in springtime. I've seen it, like when the fish are highly pressured, where I was throwing, a dropper 6 inches long, kind of like what do they call that thing? The
Yokio rig?
Tokyo rig, yeah.
And if they're pressured, I feel like I might go a little longer and let it float just like a Senko.
Oh, sure.
You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Give you a little bit more, and then it can kind of just float with the line.
Sure. So you're generally doing it with a finesse worm, though, of sorts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Like, I know guys will do it with, like...
You could do creature baits or whatever you want. I've seen everybody do everything, but, I mean, what was it? Hank Parker said it. You need to learn to fish a worm first, period. A worm, if you can catch bass on a worm, then you can adjust to all the other lures in your box. Until you learn how to fish a worm, don't fish anything else.
I think Hank.
I don't disagree.
I think Hank Parker would change his speech now. I think it changed. You got to fish. You got to learn how to fish a minnow,
Well,
and then you can learn everything.
we're speaking
else.
old school, Bass will always eat worms.
Real bass. Then.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Grand was kind of an old school bass tournament. It kind of hopefully shut some people up a little bit that the only thing you can catch a bass with is a minnow. Or did Hammer did he win with the minnow? I didn't get to watch
No,
He jerked on him.
Jerked on him,
Oh,
but
jerked
I
on
think he was watching him. I mean, it looked like he was watching him.
Yeah.
I think today when we were sitting up there and it pulled up and Kyle Patrick was fishing, he had his Garmin screen over his Garmin, the cover.
it. Sure.
So I don't even think he had it on because he was fishing so shallow.
Yeah.
I'm guessing at that point he probably turned off all his sonars.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fishing in 4 feet or less and you're not using the live scope at all to find them, there's no point to have that pinging going on.
Sure.
Just more distraction.
I got you. So I'm in the market like for some lithiums this year, and since we're on like the scope train, I am curious like how much of a difference you've noticed with, because that 16-volt setup really, I've seen it on other boats rigged where it seems to clear things up a lot, but like scope, it's all about what you see now on that screen, I guess.
Right, so
what have you noticed with that?
Before the scope, because I got the Garmin later, but it was really with the 360 is where it all started for me with the 15 to 20% clearer screen.
Really?
I still use my 360. Now I have the Garmin, the 8616s I threw the perspective on my boat only because of oh shit, if something happened at Toledo or Lake Fork, with all the stumps, running the Fish Obsess amount, I'll be able to flip everything back and then have extra graphs just in case, because I knew Fork and Toledo were probably going to be very important to have live scope. So truthfully, I'm going to end up Probably putting my other screen back on for mapping and being able to run the full screen 360 because I got a 3070 split on that. But the one thing with the 16 volt combating all that voltage drop and giving you a lot more power than any 12 volt out there is how far you.
Are you ready to reel in your next home purchase or refinance? Supreme Lending's Dream Team can help guide you through the entire mortgage process, from pre-qualification to closing. They have a wide variety of home loan programs in their tackle box, including down payment assistance and first-time home buyer options. Just ask me. I trusted Aaron Dagas, a bass fisherman just like you and me, and Supreme Lending's Dream Team to help finance my first home. Contact Aaron Dagas and the Dream Team today by scanning the QR code or giving them a call at 763-326-0677. That's 763-326-0677. Did I catch a 7 in there? Or visit their website, aarondages.supremelending.com. That's AARONDAEGES.supremelending.com. Hey guys, Aaron Teal here with Vocelka Fishing and Customs here, and excited to talk to you about my new signature series rod, the Puppet Master. My number one confidence technique is by far offshore power finesse fishing, so we've spent a lot of time and a lot of years creating the perfect bottom contact power finesse rod, specifically designed to fish 3/8 to 3/4 ounce football jigs, tubes, swing heads, dragging a swim bait on the bottom, and any bait that you need to manipulate with your hand and land that fish. This rod is perfect for it. The big thing that we found that was an issue with other rods is they were either too crisp and sensitive, where they were too fast, or they weren't quite sensitive enough and they had the right action. So what Dane built with this rod is the most sensitive bottom contact rod I've ever held in my hands. But the big thing is, on long cast, it's got the power to drive that hook home, but more importantly, it's got a parabolic action that's going to bend deep down in the rod to make sure that, let's say, football jig or goby tube isn't popping that smallmouth's mouth open and keeping that bait in the back of their head where it belongs, allowing you to have increased leverage and landing more bass. You're going to have to pry this rod from my cold dead hands. This is the Puppet Master. You can find it on VocelkaFishing.com or at Waypoint Angler Supply. Check them out.
You can see with the live scope.
Okay.
So,
Like-
you know, you can, like when we're fishing, I don't usually need to go over
Hey,
100.
hey, we're telling a story over here. Getting a lot of echo. Okay.
There's 20-foot ceilings.
There's a whole nother room over here. This is the biggest mansion I've ever seen. Kid's a pistol, that one.
Oh, yeah.
He's a firecracker.
Fuck you too. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt. I
No,
was
you're
just getting
you're-
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just- and it's okay. I understand it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sorry for yelling.
Sorry, I apologize.
I apologize too, man. You know what? I overreacted. Okay.
Maybe
That's
they
on
need
me.
to give each other a kiss and a hug so
Here's
we
the
know it's
deal.
official.
Past his bedtime.
Accountability is really important in life. If you can be self-accountable, that's important. But
Brad, put your kid to bed.
That's not my kid.
Hey, Brad, take him for a scooter ride. Drop him off at Red.
well, I'm easily distracted is the problem. It's my ADD's fault
Yeah.
for sure. So you're getting better range out of it. That 360 deal, I'm curious, are you able to sweep faster and have more detail? Because that to me would be nice, right? Because
Yeah.
typically when you're increasing your speed on that, you're sacrificing detail. Have you noticed anything with that?
Well, I guess I still keep it on 3, but I'll turn it up to 4 every now and then. But just the clarity of the screen from combating that voltage drop, to me, was the biggest thing. It just, I mean, if you're running your 12 volts and it drops to 11.5, 11.6, you start to see it simmer down. I mean, even if we're running the battery all the way down, I just don't see why anybody would think it's not beneficial from the beginning if you're at 15.1 or 15.4. I mean, we're talking a severity of voltage difference, you know.
Right.
it definitely helped. You know, one thing with me, before me and RJ got connected when I qualified for the elites, I was just a normal consumer, and I did videos before that. Again, this podcast stuff, social media, that's not my big thing. I got a background in building decks and just working my ass off, and that's what I do. You know, so did research and talked to him and Bob, and I personally spent my own money off of building decks and exterior modeling on the batteries, and then it went from there. So I truly believed in them because I got stuck with another lithium company. I don't believe in bashing people, but it just failed me at the Red River, and it drove me another way. You know, I had 300 amp hours, and one goes out, and you're up Schitt's Creek. You know what I mean? So the whole thing isn't just, you know, running about the 16 volt. It's all the whole Powerhouse system that's in the back of my boat that has a backup plan for what if, because RJ's here. I'm not bashing, but things in life happen. It is all mechanical. That's the hardest thing about being an angler right now, is no matter how good we are or what fish we're on, we're relying on a ton of stuff to go correctly. Line, rods, trolling motor, batteries, motor, power poles, anything can go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
And
So-
I mean, and like, you lose a half a day or a day, I mean, that could be your whole season.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's very critical.
Yeah, and this year alone, you know, I ran down to Florida to pre-fish, and I played the lock game. I'm not a locker. I like to find stuff without locking because that's more time my line's in the water. So I really got to know that I'm on them. But, like, again, if I finish 80th like I did last year, there's no more elites. So I have to weigh everything into my equation and making sure everything's going right this year.
Right.
You know, so, you know, playing with the locks, there's a lot of guys that do it. I just have never really been that guy.
So you're not a locker, but you played hockey, right?
Yep.
Are you a locker boxer?
I mean, when it comes down to it, we just fight on the ice.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So-
you guys ever heard of locker boxing?
No.
That's the closest thing I've been into a fight. So yeah, after practice or whatever,
Right.
you know, in the locker room we do this thing where it's called locker boxing. Well, you put your hockey helmet on. You're in your fucking, you know, skinny little teal with big hockey helmet on and some hockey gloves. And
Long arm.
I would always take on the big guy because we have a fat kid on our team. No offense to the obese. And I would just try to be as fast as I could, but he'd like every time he'd get a hit and it hurt real bad. But yeah, that's what we did
I hear
in
you.
hockey. So if you actually fought in hockey, I guess how far did you take hockey? Not to go on like too far side quest here, because I was picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, all the way through high school, except for somebody slipped a little bit on their grades, so we had to sit a couple suspensions.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that. Like,
But
in all
yeah, I
seriousness,
skate. I was
respect
on
that.
skates since I was 2 years old, so it's literally just natural. I mean, even now, we went to open skate with my youngest daughter, and you just hop back on, and it's like
You
you
ever
never
heard of
got off.
silent mode, Bradley?
I thought I had it on.
thought
Sorry,
I had
bud.
Maybe I should learn that too.
Norsetter's gonna be pissed off, dude. He's been interrupted every story he's trying.
I
to
got
fucking
thick
tell
skin.
me.
That's the benefit about me. I'm not gonna get all emotional.
That's all I have, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel too good right now anyway. That expo, it works you to the point where you just feel good, you know?
Right.
Hanging out with RJ all weekend, it was great.
It's
Yeah,
a workout.
I saw RJ smile once this weekend.
That
No.
is
You
very
did?
rare.
Yeah, it is. He's Mr. Stoic over there. Mr. Stoic RJ. His natural habitat. Checking the polarization of the batteries. Amperage.
You are right, he will get off subject quite a bit, won't
It's
he?
a light draw.
Oh, yeah.
Should I throw my deep voice in on him?
Dude, that's a beautiful. That's like I got some Coulter Wall vibes.
You got a
from that.
radio voice.
You do.
Yeah,
You got a face for radio too.
for sure.
So I'll say something funny. I don't know if he'll tune in, but I got a buddy, and everybody makes fun of me because clearly, if you've hung out with me, I will shoot the shit, full confidence, talk to customers, talk to anybody. But you put this mic in front of my face and that camera. My one buddy said marble mouth with the elite stage, so I always have problems talking. That's one thing. We try to film a video. How many times do we have to clip it? But then again, when you're
Probably
looking
40.
at somebody like him, how can't you laugh during it? I mean, it's just like it's an RJ thing. So
Yeah, but I was dealing with voltage drop this year, so I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. I'm still running that stupid AGM setup.
yeah,
Some lead acid trolling motor batteries. Batteries are dying at 1 o'clock.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't even see 30 feet in front of the boat by 2.
Yeah.
So, wiring's obviously important with the lithium system. and not all lithiums are the same. I've seen other branded lithiums on fire. And that's not a good thing in a $100,000 boat,
Right.
right? So, RJ, mad scientist,
Right.
the brains of the operation. What's the proper way to like wire a 16-volt system? Because some people might think 16 volts. What is that? You know?
Right. So the best way to do it, and what we were really promoting at the Classic this weekend was our 16-volt battery with the running gun system. And what that is it's a DC to DC charger that sits in between your cranking battery and your 16-volt dedicated electronics battery. And what it does is anytime your cranking battery is at 80% or above, and you're putting a charge to that cranking battery, whether it be from your outboard engine or from your onboard charger, it basically overflows into your 16-volt battery. It takes that 12-volt, converts it to 16-volt, and charges your 16-volt battery. So what that means for you, for the consumer, is that you
English
don't have to buy.
motherfucker, do you speak it?
So what that means for the consumer is that they don't have to buy. They don't have to buy technically a charger that they have to plug into the wall, right? So they hook up this running gun charger that sits in between the 12 volt and the 16 volt, and what that means for them is all they have to do is plug in their current Minn Kota or NoCo or Dual Pro charger, and it's going to charge across to their 16 volt without having to plug in another plug, which is super handy. And then you also get the benefit of charging on the water with that system as well. But as far as redundancy in the 16 volt system and how you hook it up, is we've got a 3-way Pergo switch install kit system, which it's got a setting 1 off and then 2. What you do is you get to the lake, you flip it to number 1. That's going to send 16 volt to all your graphs, electronics, anything that you have hooked up to the output post on that 3-way Pergo. Say you're out on the lake and God forbid you have an issue, right? You have an issue, you reach back there in that battery compartment, flip it from number 1 over to number 2. Now that's basically swaps everything over to your cranking battery. So now you're sending 12 volt through that Pergo switch to all your graphs, transducers, whatever. So,
But you are back on 12, so you might lose a little distance.
oh yeah, you're back down to 30 foot.
Yeah, I do want to dig into that a little bit
But
because
you'll fish the rest of the day.
there's some chatter from these 12 volt motherfuckers that they're like, I don't know about that. I feel like you guys are stirring up a beehive with that 16 volt stuff and nobody else can
Yeah, we
combat
have,
it.
but
So they just say,
it-
why do you need 16 of them?
Well, I'll just say, and I ain't going to say names, I can promise to you there are multiple battery companies looking at one stand in the booth this weekend. So I think they're feeling the wrath of it. You know, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. Like I said, I'm not
we don't need to
blasting
name
anybody,
names.
but
Nope, you don't need to name names.
there
We
were
get it.
several people there. So
I believe it.
Definitely is
at
making
the end
a
of the
way.
day, it's the best way to combat voltage drop. It's the same thing we're doing when we're dropping a Sonar Pros or Sea Clear harness in our boat, right? But the funny thing is that the same people that are saying that the 16 volt doesn't make a difference are the same people that are saying, well, you just need a Sea Clear harness. Well, why do I need a Sea Clear harness? Well, to eliminate voltage drop. But voltage drop doesn't make a difference. Oh, well, now it does. So, you know what I mean?
And I think technically you can run a graph off a 14 gauge off a 16.
Right? Yeah, you mean.
So I used to work at Intune, obviously.
Right.
And I talked to Brian, and I mean, there's not a lot of lithium brands that those guys like typically like don't cuss about. And
Right.
we've gone through like 2 years now, and those guys love, like when you go back to the rigging department and they aren't bitching about something
Right.
and they're actually saying good things about a battery, like I didn't see that very often, like when I
Right.
worked there. So I think the reliability aspect, the technology aspect, I mean, you guys are like the Vexus boats of the battery world. Just moving, pushing the envelope.
Yeah, you know, we try to be. But yeah, back to Intune. I mean, they do.
Or Phoenix.
They do.
Both good boats, sorry.
Vexus. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
both
either
great
or.
boats.
Right.
My two favorites. Sorry, Bradley. My three
We're all
favorite
good.
boats.
We're all good.
No, they do an insane setup on those DVX boats. So, and if you go to their YouTube page, you can watch. They've got I think a couple good videos on it on their setups that they do, and they're just insane.
Yeah, and I was talking to Rich, and he said he didn't have to charge his boat for a month.
A month.
I mean, he was working too.
Right.
You know, Norsetter probably couldn't get away with that.
Right.
What's your setup though? Like, if you were to recommend a setup for me, because I'm not the smartest feller, so.
Yep. So, I guess what's your budget? You know, are we talking a normal Joe, or are we talking somebody that wants redundancy? Because the whole thing is you can get a simple system, save money, and you're going to be your weekend warrior and just fish like an average Joe, which we talked to several people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're paying X amount for an entry fee, you can relate. I mean, you have to have an insurance plan. You know, how much do we spend on insurance that we never use yearly anyway? Boat insurance, house insurance, car insurance. Like, you're putting that in your boat just for another backup plan. So, you know, a simple system of what I'm running is parallel 36 is where we left off because we got sidetracked because of you again, you know. But
we're in the galaxy, bro.
Yeah, I know.
No gravity
so,
here.
Yeah, there is no gravity because the gravity ball fell. So
Actually, it's gravity now. Fuck.
basically two 36 volt 40 amp hours in parallel, and then have a 36 volt running gun, which also works just like the 16 that RJ talked about. So pretty much the whole setup has the running guns, Perco switch that he already discussed, and then your 12 volt battery. So the Perco switch is giving you pretty much the backup plan. If something happened with the 16, you go back to 12 to be able to fish on it, or if the 16 died, which I haven't had happen, flip back to the 12. And then if a 36 takes a crap, even though I'm running 40s, again, what did we talk about? We make runs in fishing. We got that running gun that kicks back on and puts juice back into it. And truthfully, your average angler could probably go out on their normal day of fishing and run a 40 amp hour battery. Most people that are getting singles, Powerhouse also makes the 60 amp hour. That's what a lot of people like. You know, they don't want to spend the money on two, so they get the 60 amp hour and they're reassured, get the running gun, and then they're good to go.
Right.
So you got like fail safes for your fail safes for your.
And then the
Yes.
cranking battery actually has an emergency jump start button on it too. So that's another fail safe.
Damn. So
and
these
then-
lithium
and
batteries
then
don't
even-
come with anxiety. I thought most lithium batteries like
And then even
automatically
the,
that was a standard feature.
Like
This is
Kyle was
wonderful.
saying with the charging system, you get the 3-bank charger and then you put running guns on top of that. Now you've got an at-home charger and an on-the-water charger, but those on-the-water chargers will also work at home. They just don't work as fast. So you've got backups to your charging system as well. So there's every aspect of the system is built on redundancy.
And
That's cool.
I
That's
don't
cool.
know if this is for everyone, but I've had questions about Powerhouse. I start running them this year too. Their customer service has been excellent. I mean, every time you call, there's someone there calling you right back, which is also a very important part when we're on the road. I mean, it's our livelihood, and you know, it's good to be with a company that is always there and caring.
That's a huge deal and an overlooked aspect for sure. I could speak from that firsthand on the boat side of things with boat issues and stuff. So this lithium crank, so you're running a lithium crank.
I have the AGM only
Okay.
because of weight.
Yep.
So that's the only thing, is to keep the weight, because I run a Phoenix and
They
it's a
like
little
weight
heavy.
in the back.
Yeah. He actually said probably one of the smartest things that I've ever heard today, but I ain't gonna throw him under the bus because we may have something new coming out. So we'll wait and see. you know?
I'm going to guess a weighted lithium battery would be a really smart idea, or plates that you could put below the lithium battery.
Well, like I
to
said,
add
let's
weight
not
to
throw
it.
You're on
him
the
under
right
the
train.
bus or
All
pop
right.
his ideas.
You're on
Let's
the
wait
right
till
train,
they come
yeah.
out.
I'm
you know?
sorry.
Let's
but
live in the galaxy of not guessing.
I like it. I like it. I like it. So
You brought up something really great though. So when you guys ship my Powerhouse lithiums to the house, your battery case is the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, they send you a steel battery case.
steel
The
one?
tray.
No, the tray.
Oh,
The tray.
cool.
The tray.
It's
Yeah.
powder.
Tray.
It's powder
It's
coated
aluminum.
aluminum.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
cool.
So it's metal. Has this nice rubber case. Well, you know, most of them
It's
are.
Aluminum is a type of metal?
Yeah,
I had no
most-
idea.
Most of them are plastic, and
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah,
break.
for sure.
You know, they break, wreck your battery.
And you
These
get an
things have-
1/8-inch piece of little rubber to take the
It's,
absorption.
Yeah, it's a heavy-duty aluminum tray with a rubber pad in the bottom for shock dampening vibration. And it also comes with the ratchet strap. And the
best-
best part is they're
the
only
best
$40.
part.
I don't even know if you can buy a TH Marine tray for that.
No,
Dude,
and
that's actually, yeah. I had Phoenix offered, I feel like stainless or aluminum battery trays, and they're like $100 a pop.
Right. We
Like,
actually
oh.
we have a couple install shops that buy them from us by the pallet pretty much, and they put them in every boat. It doesn't matter if the boat has an X2 AGM or if it has interstate lead acid batteries or tracker lithiums in it. They're putting our trays in them. So
With the battery strap, do you guys like the TH ones? They come with like a
yeah.
riddle or an optical illusion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't fucking do it. like, you know what I mean?
Chinese
It's like,
finger trap.
yeah, dude. It's like I can't figure them things out. Do
Yeah.
you put like a buckle, like a Velcro shoes type of thing for the kids? You
yeah,
can't
so it's
tie
an
'em?
actual ratchet
A
strap because
ratchet.
everybody knows how to
Oh,
use
gee.
a ratchet strap.
Yeah, for sure. That's how you put your cover.
Nobody knows how to run the TH Marine strap
on. No. It was. I got made fun of a lot
except for Bill.
for trying to run that. Who? Bill?
Bill,
Yeah, Bill
you know
knows
the
how
guy
to do
standing next to you, about
Cheers,
to rub
Bill.
your shoulder.
Bill's scared of the camera, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's got good taste.
Bill from Hellcat Marine.
Hellcat Marine. Whereabouts
Hellcat
that?
Marine.
Bellevue, Iowa.
Bellevue, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Bellevue, Iowa. That's the other side of Iowa.
Yeah.
That's the complete wrong side.
No, but my main issue is voltage drops. So, like, to your point, I'm just a poor young fishing degenerate here. Okay, so I can't afford a full lithium setup. But so what I need to do is I need to address like my number one issue or weakness right now, which is, my trolling motor batteries aren't dying on me consistently. I'm not fishing 4-day events, and I'm probably not, weathering them as much, and I definitely don't have as much on the line. But so I probably start with house lithium battery, 16 volt, standalone with a running gun, and that's probably what I would add. And I would run home runs and have that be standalone electronics unit. And that running gun is badass. We used to have a lot of people coming in wanting to say like, yeah, I want to run AGM cranking battery, and then I want a separate lithium battery just for my whatever, and I want this brand. And we're like, yeah, bud, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you're not fixing anything, right? So that running gun thing to me is
Right.
like Smith & Wesson 6-shooter, ace in the hole, bud.
Eliminates you from having to from having to remove your old charger and put a new charger in. You drop the running gun in. It's about the size of a TV remote.
Yeah.
It's not very big at all. Can mount it pretty much anywhere, and yeah, saves the hassle of replacing a whole entire charging system.
Super cool deal. How did that come about? And like, how did like all of that? Like, I know you didn't build it.
No, so there's a couple other companies that have been doing it for quite a while. They do it a little bit different. So yeah, we went to the drawing board with it. They were having a lot of issues with their systems, and we went to the drawing board and created our own, and that's where we came up with the running gun system. But
It's badass.
yeah, it works great. So
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Everything has a failure rate, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have an idea of what, like, percentage-wise your failure rate is?
On the running gun system,
Yeah.
it's like basically nothing. They're pretty well bulletproof too. That's the cool thing about it.
Is he lying?
No, he's not. I mean, I haven't had, honestly, I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, no,
And
I mean,
we
Bullshit.
did. I had one guy that did, right? So he did, and I'm not going to throw him, and it's like, let's not mention that. Well, no, that's the fact of it. So he's a really particular dude. He can be hard to deal with. So he was like,
know them
this
guys.
and that, and he had to run like an extra 10-foot lead for his charger because he's in a multi-species boat. So I reached out to him, reached out to Bob, and come to find out it was faulty. And within 72 hours, he had a brand new one.
72 hours?
Yeah. So it's no questions asked. That's the thing. And again, I'm admitting to
72
one thing.
hours is quick.
Yeah. They turned it over, sent it out, sent an RMA, shipped it back, and it was done and over with. And the consumer had one that was going, and it worked fully.
Yeah.
So again, insurance policies, backup plans, I don't care who you are out there. Everybody's stuff has a hiccup. I'm telling you, it's the world we live in.
It's the marine industry. It's a goddamn shit show.
It is not just the marine. Buddy, did you look at the auto
I don't know the
industry?
other
We're not-
industries.
we're not
I'm
easy.
immersed in this marine
We're not
industry.
easy on our
so-
stuff, though, are
No,
we?
that's just it. It's like, it's so
So-
unique. The
so-
boat company is different than the trailer company. It's different than the motor company and the
So
crap company.
real
Like,
quick, the bottom line is the customer service stuff. Like I said before, I was a consumer, so the customer service is huge. They turn that around, no big deal. And again, we're in Wisconsin. He's not even using his boat right away, so he's just getting it hooked up, you know. And the other thing that Powerhouse does differently that hasn't even been brought up is, you know, they let you look at your cells. Go to another battery company, jump on their app, and see if they'll let you look at their cells. They're not going to do that because they don't want you to see when one gets weaker than the other and it's going faulty. Well, Powerhouse stepped up to the plate, put their big boy britches on, even though they're skinny jeans, and, you know, stepped up to the plate and laid it all out there. They kind of put everybody, in my mind, the way I like to look at it is put everybody on Front Street. Like, hey, we're going to show everybody everything. And, you know, other people, that battery may still run, but it's getting weaker. But if this one is getting to that
Right.
point and it can stand out, hey, screenshot it, file a warranty claim, talk to
And
them.
that's another thing that we do different, the way we do handle it. We're fishermen as well. We know you can't be down, especially us from the north. We get like, what, three or 4 weeks total anyways of
Yeah.
open water fishing usually.
Yep. Yep.
But,
well, maybe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
His boat's
I
been
get-
used
put some
more in Elite Series events than it has by him. So,
Yeah. I just
Man.
borrow it out.
yeah.
Family
Borrow it
man,
out.
workaholic.
But no, so what we do different is like Kyle was saying, we allow you to see your cells in the in the pack, so we can diagnose battery issues over the phone. You can send me a screenshot from the Powerhouse Lithium app, and I can tell you exactly what's going on in that pack, and tell you, hey, yeah, you are having a battery issue. Your battery looks fine, man. You might want to look further up the line, like maybe you got graph issues, you got wiring issues, right? Your battery looks good, or hey, your battery, yeah, you dropped a cell or whatever, whatever the issue may be. And in most cases, we can get you a new one out the same day. You get the new battery, throw the old one in the box, send it back. So your downtime is literally, a matter of
Like I said, 72
3 or 4
hours.
days. So
Yeah.
At the
and,
most.
And you got fail safes for your fail safes for your fail safes.
right. So chances are you're probably still fishing, if that, if God forbid that does happen to you. But other companies, they want you to send it in, and we'll get back to you in a couple weeks after we look at it, and we don't do it like that. So
That made me just think of like the most genius business growth idea for you guys. Like with how clear people's screens are with your batteries, their necks are going to hurt a lot more because they're staring so
Right.
long. So like if you could figure out a way to use those lithium setups to power remote massage parlors,
Right.
like remote neck massages, like on like the public beach, or like that little weird park the meth heads are in next to the landing, or
They can just call either one of us and
You know?
sit in our passenger seat and get a massage.
are we onto something there? Or
Right.
like to me there's a market in that. Yeah.
yeah.
Right? You've never been to a massage parlor, have you?
No.
People have to
He's,
drive to those. Like,
Hey,
you could take
hey,
care of your
no,
people.
he's been
He's
to plenty
Asian
full
massages.
service ones. All right, we're not talking about the back
the
rub
moon
ones,
back
but-
in
We
orbit.
need the moon in orbit.
I was
What
biting
the
my
hell
tongue
are
on
these?
that one. but-
Dude, I bet none of you can put it back on there. It's fucking hard, dude.
Is it
Yeah.
Is it on?
There's a sweet spot, so it's like a magnetic deal,
Oh.
and you have to put the ball it's like live scoping. You gotta freaking put it
You
right.
you got
not
way.
here or nope. So there's a weight right there. So that not
Gotta
here
put it right in the
or
sweet
here so
spot.
much, but right,
Oh, there's like.
Here.
Oh, you almost
right
had
in
it.
the sweet spot, so you can
there.
snag 'em.
right,
We got a challenge.
right.
Your last chance, Norsetter.
It's hard, dude. Yeah.
How did it come on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The lava lamp's a lot easier if you wanted to try that.
damn it.
Okay, RJ's turn. Get in there, bud. Get in
You
there.
can get it?
I feel like he's gonna get it. I feel like
Dude.
RJ's gonna put this moon back into
He's
orbit.
got super soft hands. He works
That's
on a
what I'm
computer.
saying,
I mean,
man.
a callus or two of mine would have
I
bumped it
want
to
you
the
to look
side.
at this globe. See that?
That's the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scopes like it live scope it's got a beam, it moves out. So the
Right.
further, so that's your center point. So you flash, you do the micro pans, you got
Right.
16 volts running, clean
you
voltage,
throw
clean
your
power,
jerk bait out
clean
that
power.
snag up
Oh,
on
he's right there. That's that spot.
Got it.
See, the thing don't float. He's messing with us. That's why he's
Dude,
getting
you saw it
giggles. Yeah, that
floating
was bullshit.
You heard the part where he doesn't fit.
Dude, I got that thing, and I spent like 3 hours of my waking life trying to get it on. And then, like, this one time I'll get it on, like, first try.
Most tournament anglers and guides are not covered fully or properly. Most insurance policies don't cover exposure due to tournaments and guiding. Taking the chance of using the wrong insurance gives the insurance company an out when settling a claim. How will the insurance company know that you're fishing tournaments or guiding? Well, social media is their number one resource. And guess what? They use it. Lake Country Insurance offers one of the only products that can cover both tournament and guiding use in your vessel. Anglers don't seem to hesitate spending $50,000 to $100,000 for a boat. Why risk that large asset, all because you wanted to save a few extra shekels? Are you nuts? Call the folks at Lake Country Insurance today and make sure you have the proper coverage for your boat before the unexpected happens. Call 612-285-3113 today or visit their website, lcisagency.com. That's lcisagency.com. It's been confirmed. Aliens from another planet have landed on Earth. Sources say there's been 2 confirmed landing points for these extraterrestrial beings, one being Japan, and also, unexpectedly, in Minnesota at Waypoint Angler Supply, a local tackle shop on Lake Minnetonka. With the ever-expanding universe, it's no surprise that there are other planets out there that also share our love for the sport of bass fishing. And to Earth's surprise, this latest visit came from extraterrestrial fishermen light years away and many innovations ahead when it comes to fishing equipment. Some hypothesize these beings came from the planet of Naboo, matching up with Mayan folklore dating back thousands of years with fishing equipment ahead of their time. It has been confirmed they left things never seen before by an Earth-born bass. Waypoint Angler Supply is the premier space station in the bass galaxy and has tackle that could previously only be found in Japan or the planet of Naboo. The Waypoint ship is full, but we don't know when the Bassastronauts from Naboo will be back. So hurry in to Waypoint Angler Supply today and stock up on that Area 51 Planet of Naboo JDM good before your buddy is whooping that sweet ass of yours. Stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. Your code for the month of June is Galaxy2420.
I know, like, we can't get it on. I don't know.
Did you knock it off earlier, or how did it come off?
I touched it. I don't know. I've literally moved it levitating like 2 different locations. And that time I just touched it and just like, I think it's because we're hungover.
That ADD.
That added to.
So when I get it, I can just let go.
Yeah, like you'll feel the spot.
Yeah, it will start
It'll like
floating.
click in, kind of like, boom, boom, baby.
Whoa.
Moon. Where'd my remote?
And that's why he designed the 16 volt.
Smart guy.
Just laid it on the
Double
table.
tick that one. Okay,
Oh my God, we lost our co-host. Now it's time
Yeah.
to talk about something sensible.
Well, you haven't spoken in a while.
I'm
You
listening
feeling
to the
all right?
big dog.
You got anything to say?
Not really.
Wow.
You sound depressed.
I'm good. I'm Bassmaster Classic out.
Yeah, it can wear you out. I think the biggest thing that wears you out is you're not fishing in it.
Yeah, that's the hardest part for sure.
I mean, anytime I go anywhere that there's fishing and I'm not fishing, it's like the worst is on the elites when you got a 4-day event and you don't make the cut. If you make the cut, you're smiling to the bank, super happy,
Don't have to work the
success, right? And then, you know, having 1 day off isn't a killer on a back-to-back event because pretty much you can drive there, and they're going to have to do it after they fish. But if you don't make that 3rd day, it is miserable. So staring at the Classic, watching them win, hold that trophy. This is the first one I've ever even attended. It's a feat. He
It's
climbed a hill, man.
I mean, I went to last year and this year, and just to see the spectacle of it. I mean, it raises the hair on the back of your neck sitting in there. I mean, it is the deal.
In the deal that they make of the Super 6, how they dropped everybody back out, and it's just, 40th or higher, boys, 40th or higher. You know, we look at requalification, but man, I gotta somehow maintain and get there. So hopefully Florida is a blessing, just like Fork and Toledo was.
It's funny you guys say that because talking to Brian New the other day, he's like, "God dang it. If one more guy walks up to me at this expo and says, 'Man, I thought you'd be fishing today,' I'm going to kill somebody," or something like that. I'm like, dude, I can see that.
I've reminded him a few times this weekend.
Brian New?
No.
Oh,
Kyle.
him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I appreciate you dishing it back.
But then he wouldn't have sold no batteries because I'm the best salesman he's ever had.
You're good, man.
He told me he just forgot to get his entry in on time.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, that's what he told me. He looked over at me when we were up in the stands, and he goes, "Dude, it's okay, man. Just get your entry in on time next year. You'll be all right."
You actually related with your entry fee?
Come on now. The sad thing is, I think he really believed it.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
Well,
really?
you kept going with
should
it.
we ask him who Ray Scott is?
What's that?
Is he the golfer?
Oh yeah. The Trey McKinney interview.
Yeah.
With
You guys-
Pat Renwick.
And there's
What
no
would you
knock
say
on
to
Trey.
Ray Scott?
Trey's a good hook and
Trey is
everything.
Oh, you
And-
gotta give
and
the
he's
the
he's
boys some heck
He's a
once
very
in a while.
well
That was good,
maintained and disciplined kid. But
Super
yeah,
well
that was-
spoken, but like,
Right.
know your history, bud.
Well, I told
Like,
you,
this is
he's a golfer.
What would you say to Ray Scott?
Nice slice.
Well, obviously, he's never watched a Classic in person because they do a great job teaching you about Ray Scott.
Yeah.
That place is a damn crack show. I got lost in that place today and yesterday.
At
and
the
day
Classic
before
or the
that.
booth place?
Expo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The place
Yeah,
is
yeah.
There's weird rooms all over.
Oh, yeah, then there's an upstairs. I didn't know there was an upstairs. Like,
We had people come in today that have been at the expo all 3 days, and they're like, "We didn't even know you were here." And they've been there for 3 days. It's like it, but I mean, it has to be so hard figuring all that out and finding the right building. And I mean,
yeah, it's like when they used to take us to like it was called the Nelson Farm. It's like where you kids like your pumpkin patch shit, you know, and they had the corn maze.
Right.
we call that.
I never figured out a corn maze. My family didn't let me either. I think they were sick of being there, but
Yeah.
couldn't figure that
Well,
thing
how'd
out.
you get out? Did you start cutting through?
There was orange flags, so we could get out, but there's like this magic spot in the middle that told you won. Never found that.
Yeah.
Never
Well,
found the winning fish.
My kids will cut through the corn, so.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, how do you think the maze was made? With the path, so they create their own, I guess.
I would imagine your parents had a rope tied onto you at all times, like like how when you're little.
So
to
you know the
gloves.
dog leashes that
Yeah.
retract that the
Yeah, they had
on
one.
tab on fish. That was him.
Sick
sure.
of,
A little more tension.
sick of losing them.
Lock it. Wait, you're running
Yeah.
off.
Once they once they implemented like child safety laws, like things got a lot better for me. If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of
You know,
sense.
like
yeah.
you couldn't put collars on us anymore. Like that felt pretty good.
Yeah,
Take
I
the
hear
collar
you.
off. Yeah. Imagine how a dog feels.
Have you ever seen like a sad dog though? They're always happy.
It's true.
They're the happiest creature on earth.
Except them.
He seems kind of happy a lot though
He
too.
is-
So maybe it was the leash.
Or it could be like medically induced. You just never know what brings him his happiness.
No, I'll be honest with you. I can explain the happiness. I'm happy to be here, man. And they're like, it's hard to enjoy the ride sometimes. And I used to be tough. I used to be really bad at it. Like, I would get so zoned in on where I wanted to go that I would forget
The journey. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us, you get caught in like the RJ's phone's ringing, and like, you know, you get caught in the hustle and the bustle of life, and you get stuck in that like CNN ass rut of like just, and then you lose. Like, life is short, man. Life is freaking short. You're on the Elite Series, soak it up. You're fishing the Opens, soak it up.
I tell you what, last
Soak
year
it up, baby.
year was more pressure. I put too much pressure on myself, and
Yeah.
as anglers, we do that all the time. And
Bad at that.
you just gotta, you know, like your attitude, have fun with it, soak it up, enjoy the sights, and enjoy. I mean, it will happen. You work hard enough, everything happens, but it can be a hard ride to get there, though.
Yeah, dude. Like, fishing into like Champions Tour individual events, right?
Yeah.
I find myself not being like happy, right? Like,
Yeah.
while I'm doing it, because I don't have a team partner or whatever to pick you up. Or like in a team tournament, it's like when you're vibing with your team partner, if you have a good team partner, not everybody works that way, but when you're vibing and you can kind of lighten the other guy up, when Dane's like having a bad day and I can freaking throw him Eins ist zwei, some German, like, quick, and then he just smiles, and now we're rolling again. Like, that, like, reminding myself to do that when I'm fishing, like, in Champions Tour, that score tracker's jumping around, and, like, my mind's just racing, and I want the bass in my hand, and that's all I can think about, and, like, get pissed off when it's not in my hand, and it's like, you gotta enjoy when it's not in your hand, too.
Oh, absolutely.
And I do in practice, and I do. That's why we practice well, right? Is because it's not about having the bass in your hand in practice. It's about finding the bass, right? It's about locating the bass so you can have them in your hand in the tournament. But then once you get to the tournament, it's like you forget all that, and you just want that bass in your hand, and you forget to enjoy the ride like you did in practice.
Yeah, when you're not enjoying the ride, it's really easy to close off new ideas. I mean, in practice, you think about you're trying different things all the time with a way more open mind. It's real hard to fish a tournament that way. I mean, there's some greats that have done it, but I mean, to do that year after year is a hard feat.
Denny Brower don't do that.
No?
Like, the old way of bass fishing, like the dominant way, before the world started spinning like twice as fast, right? Mm-hmm. Denny Brower, like, he ain't not flipping.
Yeah.
Like KVD, he ain't not moving 100 miles an hour winding something. Like, and
Yeah, I think before they've seen every lure on planet Earth. I mean, that's a whole different time frame.
but we were raised in that
That-
time frame.
yeah,
like
we
that.
were.
I've been fishing long enough. Like, where specialists was. That's how I was taught to bass fish. You know what I mean?
The crazy thing is it really picked up in the last 3 years. It's been 2 that's really shined.
For sure.
So
For sure.
like everything we've encountered has had like a times 100 acceleration.
I feel like it's been like a slow progression, and people just haven't realized, because like your Polinick was a general, like kind of a generalist. Your Wheeler kind of brought on that generalist kind of style, but I don't think people took notice to it because there's maybe just not enough controversy about live scope or a minnow or what have you. But now is it going to go back to specialist with a minnow? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
maybe that generalist was just
It
like
kinda-
an awkward teenager face, you
Yeah.
know, and we're going back, and it's just a spinny pole. I got more questions than answers here.
It sure looks that way for a little while here, no doubt.
I like jerkbaits, except I was pretty pissed about those Megabass limited colors coming out with Pro Blue again. Like, oh, limited as hell, Pro Blue.
Well, I can
was,
tell
never
you,
heard
I
of
can
it.
That
tell
was
you,
LG,
RJ.
LG boneless is what it was.
It's fucking Pro Blue, bud.
LG boneless.
It's fucking Pro
Well,
Blue.
it's the same. It's Pro
YB.
Blue, but it's LG. He's saying
It's
it's
LG
LG
bone without the bone.
without the bones. Because it had the line body. The belly.
It's a blue back though, and I feel like LG Bone has more of like a purple.
No,
back.
it's blue. You are colorblind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, it's
Maybe.
it does have a purple hue, but yeah, I mean, it's
I got you.
blue.
It's the same exact color that Tackle Warehouse released.
Give me that.
It's the same exact color, but not a matte.
LG Bone has a much more aggressive chartreuse belly.
I don't know.
And a much more
Oh,
purple
maybe.
back in my mind.
Which that one's a little
we were
different.
just giving you a sample.
It's a little
here.
different
Come
because
on
you
now.
look at it like
I
it's-
like this debate.
It's got the chart bottom, and then you tip it up a little bit, and then it's like a pearl. It's kind of cool.
Doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough purple.
I'm
in the
sure
back.
that
Oh, this
bass.
one's mine?
I'm sure that bass is it's
not
right
enough.
before it's gonna eat it. It's gonna be like it doesn't have that right purple hues to it.
Bass like I like the
It does
OBs.
happen.
I like the OBs.
You know, color does make a
It-
difference
it
at times.
does.
You know?
It
So,
does.
I've actually
Okay, that's an interesting
So
debate.
like, here's the non-LG bone color, the limited color, right?
Yeah.
Now you throw the bones on and they're eating. Without it, they're not eating.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it could be
And
that simple.
They actually don't really care unless it's as long as it's a mega bass jerkbait, they'll eat it.
I don't.
I've
disagree.
had
I
bass
I mean,
swim up
It's
to my
a great
bait.
jerkbait.
I've had
It
bass
is a
swim up
great
to my
jerkbait.
bait with the price checker, the scanner. They literally scan it. If it doesn't say $24.99, they don't eat it.
Well, I mean, I caught my 35.5 pounds on a Berkeley stunner. So I mean, again,
don't say that.
nobody sponsors them. I do both, but that bait I like because it's got the weight in the belly. You know, it sinks.
You ever
Get down a little
You ever
deeper.
been out fishing and you're paying so much attention to the color, and all of a sudden this guy comes by in a tin boat with like a white jerk bait with no paint on it and catches a 7-pounder in front of you?
Yeah, either
Yeah,
that or
we've
like
all
just
been
a
there.
regular white Mister Twister and aluminum.
Yeah,
foil.
yeah. So I think sometimes we might get a little too into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like with live scope now we're getting like instant feedback.
Instant
Like on a
feedback.
jerk bait
Yeah.
especially is great live scope
Yeah.
bait, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could throw the same jerk bait, different color, get different results. Like talking to Fothergill and like Dumpke. Like Fothergill's a hell of a scoper, right?
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me a story about like this big one he saw on the Harris chain and he couldn't make it go. And then Dumpke was like his color guy. So he's like, Dumpke, like, get me the right color to catch this thing. So Dumpke like puts on like one with like a little pink on it or something, right? And
Maybe you put that gel pop on there or whatever. What's that stuff called?
that
Bait pop.
Bait pop.
doesn't that just make it show up better? I don't think you're pasting. Does it add color?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
It adds
yeah.
glitter, color,
You can
and everything.
buy
Okay.
like,
It smells.
4
There's
different
chartreuse
colors.
pink.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
there's
guys do
packs.
that?
Yeah, I got a pack. I started trying it when we went to Fork in Toledo. It works, and you can
Really?
see your bait a lot better.
Like
Well,
Noticeably.
Yeah, noticeably. Well, when you're throwing a little minnow and you're chunking it out 90 feet.
valid on like
I mean-
a little.
And
I
again,
think it's
so-
got
so-
metal flake in it to get you a better return.
Makes sense. Narc's a narc. Don't be narking, right? Yeah.
That's the thing, though. I think you can get in trouble for not being a narc too, right?
Yeah, that's what he was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. In
Right,
bass-
like
on bass.
the whole thing down on Eufaula. That's
Yeah.
what happened. Was the other guy almost got in trouble for not reporting it too, even though he was just like, whatever.
What went down there? Like, Brad's like, God damn it.
Actually, what went
Mom's
down
gonna
there?
kill
What
me.
went down? Like you can.
Wasn't there a lawyer holding the spot?
Yes, I mean.
Whoa.
I would say yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Allegedly,
because
okay,
I
yeah.
didn't see
I'm good
it.
with allegedly.
I didn't see it with my own eyes, so I don't know what happened. You could ask 10 different people, and 10 different people tell you 10 different things.
Right.
So
Again, social media blows everything up.
And these are conspiracy theories, and the earth is flat, so I'm crazy. So, like, this isn't admissible in court.
yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. I object. So, like, fishing the Elite Series, I guess, I listened to your podcast with Rich, and you haven't been fishing, like, super long time. So,
Well, so I've fished my whole life.
Sorry,
But not
sorry,
like,
sorry.
Like fished tournaments,
Tournaments.
super heavily. Like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
I know some of the best anglers I know could jump into a derby tomorrow and win it, and they don't fish them. So,
Yep.
like, I didn't mean that. If you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
no,
mean.
I know what
Yeah.
you meant.
Okay.
I was just clarifying.
I appreciate that. Appreciate
You were
that.
asking, I was telling.
So, like, I mean, but tournament-wise, 7, 8 years? 10?
7.
You're a fast learner. Like,
I'm very driven.
Dude,
Very driven.
I am way slower.
The
at
only
learning
thing I'm
than you.
stalling on with the drive is the social media. And again, running my own business, calculating money back that way. I got to do it. I got to step it up, plain and simple. But
Posting on Instagram and Facebook is my least favorite part about making a podcast. This is my favorite part
Yeah.
about making a podcast.
Yeah.
But it's the nature of the
the
business,
game, yeah.
right?
It really
So,
doesn't matter how good you catch them.
Totally. Well, yeah, no, you're right. Too.
I mean,
Like,
followers are going to trump everything.
dude, it's crazy, right? There's not another sport like that. Like,
Yeah.
like think about that. This is the only sport where people are paid not on their ability to catch a bass. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what the crazy?
You are, but
Yeah.
you aren't.
I think you need credibility. I think for the most part. I mean, not always though. You know the craziest part about our sport? You know, we have to teach the next generation or teach everyone how to do what we do to take our job. Like, that's the craziest part of the sport.
I never thought about it that way. You
Yeah.
should scoot a little closer.
Yeah, but
by
that's
the
the same as a normal job. You got to train somebody to bring your ropes up.
way. Honestly,
It's
that's
the same
a good
thing.
point.
Yeah.
It's
That
just a
happens
job.
all the time.
Like, everybody's got to learn and grow.
I mean, that happens to plumbing companies all the time. They train this plumber, and this plumber's like, wait, you're telling me we're charging this much for a job. You're only paying me this much an hour? I know how to plumb, motherfucker. See ya.
Yeah. Well,
and
do
then
you
they start their own plumbing
do,
deal. Then
do
they
you want the headaches that come with that?
Then they learn that hard
Do
lesson.
you know what I mean?
Right?
So, like,
And they
now,
learn, oh, fuck,
then they
I don't
come
know how to
back.
do paperwork.
right. Well,
Well,
there's a
we're
lot to it.
Taxes? What are taxes? Like these plumbers? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's hard roads on either side. I'm not saying that plumbers hiring employees are bad people.
No. I'm saying
Yeah.
the employees don't realize that. The employees
Totally,
always look at,
totally.
this, that. Oh, like you were saying, $100 an hour. I'm making 40. He's making 60 off me doing nothing. Well, no, there's taxes and everything they don't see. Plus the long hours that he's most likely doing or did in the beginning to get there. Right. Even if he's got people below him, he's got to work to get there. And it goes back to the drive. You know.
Absolutely.
Like, drive is everything. Mental clarity. I mean, staying focused. The last 3 events for me were literally probably the hardest, and all it takes is 10 minutes to catch 20 pounds or more. I mean, you could pull up on a spot and it's done. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
give up or you let it win over you, I mean, that stuff happens. And that happened to me on Gunnersville. It was all the way until 3:15 at 1 3/4 pounds. Pulled in and ended up almost sacking up 20 pounds. And my co-angler that was with me, who's from Wisconsin, he had 2 fish to my 1 out of the back of the boat. Like, it happens. And
It
it's like,
does,
oh,
it
you're
does.
fishing on the elites. You made it. Like, no. Like, you're fishing grass in an open, flat. It's fair game. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can pick the isolated points and patches, but it's fair game, and you just can't let your guard down. I mean, you just got to keep going
Yeah. Yeah.
and learn to adjust stuff on the fly in general.
I do think there's something to, like, you are obviously a little bit, you have an entrepreneurial brain, you have a sales brain. Like, there is something to the mental, like, training that, like, the hurdles of entrepreneurship, starting a business, something like that, teaches you to prepare you for that. Do you think there's, like, it's a mental sport, dude? Entrepreneurship is a mental sport as well.
Yeah.
People don't-
Can't be afraid to fail. And I can tell you that at a $5,000 entry.
It's the most humbling bitch of a sport there is, dude.
And I got good sponsors and they're with me, but I still fund at least half my season. I appreciate everything they've done, not saying anything, they're all great. And
Man.
dude, you are like psychogalactic
You know
in
what?
another universe, bro.
They did say
Dude, this house is haunted.
That's
all
where I
can
was
think of,
going
dude.
with
This
that.
house
Yeah.
is haunted.
Yeah, that's a.
You know
I don't
what?
want to sleep here tonight.
You want to know
There's
something
ghosts
weird?
everywhere.
The neighbor came over. The neighbor came over to talk to us, and they were telling us the history of this house, and they said it burned down. And I go, "Did anybody die in here?" And he goes, "Well, not technically." I'm like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "I don't want to talk about it."
Dude, I literally
It's a
watched
baby.
that thing hover on its axis for 5 days straight, and it has fallen off twice in less than 2 hours.
We need to get a Ouija board out.
Yeah, dude, we need to we need to get these demons out of here. What the hell, dude? You didn't tell me the house is haunted. Like, I don't do
I
ghosts.
did hear that. I think what is it that you said, RJ? Or you said
told
something?
you?
Well, no, something
Tells
about
the pro
you
staff
in
guys.
space or something, you know, or a different galaxy. Or,
Oh, yeah.
you know, something way bizarre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he brought you up to speed then.
Yep,
That's
yep,
good.
yep.
That's good. Do you believe in aliens, Mr. Norsetter?
That's what it was. There you go.
Do you?
I knew he was a goofy fucker, RJ.
Aliens are real.
Thank you, RJ. He's goofy too, man.
Yeah.
See, bunch
wife-
of goofy
my
guys.
wife-
Bunch of goofy guys.
I mean, there's probably something else out there.
Bunch of goofy guys. Yeah.
Is
you
the
are
question though? Is did we call them aliens, or is that what they really are? Are we the aliens and they're up there laughing at us? Do
Now
you
you're
want me to
talking
flip the
my
script?
language.
See?
Like, now we're getting somewhere. Like, dig. Yeah, dude. The demons are pulling that down. Okay.
It's the aliens.
Well-
or maybe not. It's us.
Well, okay, so maybe this house isn't haunted. Maybe there's just aliens here. Maybe you can't, like, who says we can see the aliens? Like, maybe they're in literally a different dimension. Like, you can, like, have you ever heard of Plato's allegory of the cave?
Okay.
Like, this is
I
like
think you're getting off
1,000-year-old
track.
knowledge,
I
dude.
think you're getting a little sidetracked. at
Dude,
this point.
No.
you've been talking and looking at 3-pound bass, like, held out in front of the camera for 3 days right
Yeah.
now. You can't tell me you don't want to go on an intergalactic adventure here.
I just had to ask because I
You can't
heard.
tell me. You've been like,
He's deep with
oh,
it,
that's
ain't
a
he?
really nice bass you caught, like 80,000 times. Like, what size are you? Oh, yeah, this FXR jersey here, this will repel sun at the 50 SPF.
Yeah.
You know, like, you want to just keep talking about that? Because we can.
Yeah. Probably we should.
No, dude. I mean, fuck that.
You're
Fuck that.
you were
No
like
way.
getting me so.
That shit's boring.
You
No.
were getting me
I'm down
so
for a
confused.
talk about
He
aliens.
just brought something up that's
Aliens?
like great.
I did. I brought it up because I had
I like
to
talking
ask.
about aliens.
Do you?
I understand that we need all
Like
the answers
E.T.
to life to
Hey,
help us make us feel comfortable.
Should we let them take this over, get them all close, and me and you can go gamble for pool?
Oh yeah. No, where's that kid?
Yeah, you can't keep taking the kids' money.
He said he had $300 left.
Oh God, I need that. Yeah,
I know.
I gotta
That's
pay
ready
for
to
the next
hustle some
Airbnb.
That's
Like,
a good
when
glide.
Well,
bait.
we can be done whenever. Like,
we
I didn't mean to scare you
gambled
guys.
the other day, and it really made me feel bad taking the kids' money. You know, but I
Yeah,
told him,
but
I
you're
gave him
taking
a
the
chance.
hustler.
Yeah, I gave
That
him.
kid will take your
I
money.
thought he was going to take my
You
no,
would
but it
think.
didn't happen. I mean, and then we did double or nothing. I said, "Are you sure? You're sure? You're sure?" He's like, "Yeah," and then he lost. I mean, but then the other guy took his money too. So I mean, I've been eating and paying for this trip since I've been here on pool winnings.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent much. It was only 120, but you know,
proper
I
bass
don't
fishing trip.
drink, so
Wow.
it's like I'm saving a ton of money not drinking neither.
That's like Ted Capper 101.
yeah.
That's
I-
Ted
yeah,
Capper
yeah,
101, Bradley.
Make money while you're fishing.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Off the water too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you had your entry fee paid before the derby started, left-handed, you know?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Makes sense.
But, no, back to aliens, right?
Okay.
So,
Oh man.
Like, what do these aliens look like?
dude, I have no idea.
In
I have
your-
more
in
questions
your
than
eyes-
answers.
in your
Like,
eyes,
I just
what
hate
would
that
they
the
look
world is
like?
this way, and that's the way it has to be. Yet, there's cultures everywhere that don't agree on it. Like, you can't say that I'm right and you're wrong to everything. Like, there's way too much ambiguity, dude.
Don't you like? Isn't there a saying like only believe what you see or half of what you see?
If seeing is believing, you don't believe in God. Then unless you've seen God, okay. So you sound like an atheist now. Are you an atheist, Bradley? Which is
No,
fine. I
no,
respect
no,
everybody's
no,
beliefs,
no.
but
I
is that
mean,
where
no.
you're going with that?
So
Because
God's
seeing, have
so-
you seen Jesus? I've
so-
seen a picture of him, but I don't know if he was necessarily that white.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
So
I hear you.
Is seeing believing? Yeah, if we're talking live scope, we're fucking right.
I mean,
seeing
that's-
is believing, but we're not
that's
talking
all-
about that.
The world revolves around live scope. So yeah,
You know what's
you
really
gotta see it
crazy
to
is you're
believe it.
talking about aliens and it is freaking thundering its ass off and about to rain like you wouldn't believe right now. Did you bring something here? Is that why we're having issues with the ball?
No, because I haven't had issues with the
The
ball until I
Galaxy.
fucking
The
got
The
here.
Galaxy.
I haven't had issues with that ball till we got in this house.
The
okay?
Galaxy is haunted.
What do you bring with you when you
Dude, that
travel?
thing does not fall off its axis.
I
Unless,
saw it
till
do it twice tonight.
Dude, do you know where we are? Okay, you
Haunted
didn't
house.
see it elsewhere. Have you seen it fall off its axis anywhere else?
I guess it's
Have
the
you seen
fir-
it fall off its axis
I-
in any other physical, environmental location?
No, but you
That's what I
said.
thought, Bradley.
Yeah.
That's what
okay.
I thought.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
maybe it
I
just
didn't- I
falls
didn't mean
off
to. I'm
all the
sorry
time.
for yelling.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
No, just here, dude. This place is haunted or there's aliens here. One of the two.
Or both.
Neither.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hey, it's past 8 o'clock. Take it easy. I'm warning ya. She gets a little nasty. See,
She could get mean.
Yeah, she can.
I won't mess.
Do you want my
I won't
headphones
mess-
so you can like?
You want to hop in on this, darling?
Yeah, they.
Do you trailer your big outboard? Then you need the MyWedge motor support. MyWedge keeps even the heaviest motors safe and secure on the trailer. And talk about easy. Up with the motor, on with the MyWedge, back down, ready to roll. And MyWedge is built to last. It won't rot, it won't split, it won't fail. Guaranteed. Pop on MyWedge centering clips for lateral stability and you're good to go. MyWedge, security in a snap. To order yours, go to mywedge.com.
Hello, Basternauts. Introducing the new demo program from Vocelka Fishing and Customs. That's right, you can try a rod before you buy it. If you're fishing the Team Trail or the Champions Tour this upcoming season, you're eligible for this. There's no down payment, there's no upfront purchase required. Just contact Mr. Vocelka before the event, and let's say you want to try a new hair jig rod out for Okoboji or Mille Lacs, or you need a new tube rod going into a smallmouth event, contact Mr. Vocelka ahead of time and you can actually try that rod out in practice before you buy it. You have to return it before tournament day though, unless you're going to buy it, because these things are weapons. They're absolute weapons. So that's the new demo program from Vocelka Fishing and Customs. Contact Dane today and schedule the finest rod using experience north of the Mason-Dixon.
I said no.
Yeah,
Thought-
you should.
I
You should
thought you
probably
wore
come
the
in,
pants.
She's actually got to mix me another drink.
Well, he's actually wearing
I
her
can do
pants.
that.
We're actually out of alcohol.
What?
Yeah, you might have to sober up.
I'm just wondering, like,
I got him.
RJ, you outkicked your coverage with this one.
I know.
What kind of dumb lines did he pull to pull, like, have a catch like you? Jesus.
Are we going to talk
What
about
did he
this?
say?
Oh, yeah, we're
What
going
did
in
he
now.
say?
Now it's getting interesting.
What did you say?
I would just like to
Let's
say
talk
You
about
are smoother
aliens.
than
Let's
I
talk about
thought.
aliens.
Holy shit. So you don't.
I don't believe in aliens, no. Or ghosts.
You
I've
ever
seen
look
a
up in the
ghost.
stars at night? You ever look up at them stars at night?
Yeah.
Did you know that each one of those is a sun? Do you know how big the sun is? Like you get, it burns you. That sun,
Right.
Right. Okay. You couldn't even count all of those suns in the sky, right?
Right.
So you're telling me that there's that many suns that you can't even count in the sky, and no planets orbiting around them that have anything living on them? That's what you're telling me right now?
Okay, maybe there's aliens, but
well, actually-
not on my land.
No,
There's
there
not.
are
You need
actually
to come
under
in strong there.
under the Denver airport. There's like 50.
Okay, don't get him
60
started on
levels.
this.
So the aliens are.
We'll be here
underground.
all night.
They keep them there.
Yeah, because we
Have
went
you
and
ever
got
watched Netflix? There's right.
'em. Don't you find it funny how every movie that comes out actually happens?
See.
There's lots of alien movies too.
I
so-
know. And what about the zombie apocalypse movies where they bite? you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not.
The
I don't
Walking
buy
Dead.
that. I don't.
Yeah,
See,
that's
like,
what I was getting at.
If
The
you're
Walking
gonna
Dead.
believe
Simpsons
one
predicted
thing,
9/11.
how can you not believe the
I
rest
don't.
of it?
I don't. I'm
Simpsons
not buying the
predicted 9/11.
zombie thing.
Simpsons predicted 9/11. I'm just saying, they did. It's crazy.
did.
They predicted a lot of
I
things.
heard that.
It's
Lots of
crazy.
things, yeah. Do you think that? So, okay, that means.
I also
either-
don't do cartoons,
That
so
means
maybe.
time traveling could be real, right? So, not
Well,
to add
I
a third
think-
element.
Well,
to
hell,
the
help me
equation
get to
here.
tournaments quicker then, so I don't have to do the
The,
long drive.
I don't know how to do it, but I'd like
The
to
Nazis actually had a time traveling device, like long ago, right?
learn. I've heard about
I
this.
would
Right.
just like to say that.
Why did they all go to Argentina? That's
Right.
what I want to know.
Right.
Why did all the Nazis go to Argentina?
What's
Why?
there?
Because it's the closest. country to Antarctica. That's fucking why, and nobody knows what's in Antarctica.
Right.
Besides some penguins, but that's all they show you. They don't show you anything else.
I'm just saying, the
I
way
saw
RJ
Hitler on a
got me
polar
was
bear.
not by talking about aliens.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not.
So now that we're getting,
He was
into-
really attractive when we were talking about batteries and stuff, and now I'm like, oh yeah, there's my husband. There's the ghost believer.
No, I've actually
The
seen
ghost
a ghost.
man. Oh my god, don't get him
I
started. on
legitimately
this.
No,
have.
please just listen. I need
I've
to hear
heard
this.
it,
Well,
and
then
it's
you can leave and
bogus.
Bradley can come back because I haven't heard it. I want it. It sounds cool.
No, so we had it was the athletic director of our school, which I came to find out later after I had asked the questions about it. I asked, like, what did I see? So we came back from a wrestling camp one night, and it was really late. And me and my buddy walked out in front of the school, and there's this big glass wall, and there's like a brick pillar like every 10 feet, right?
Yep.
And the whole entire school is dark. We got out there, and our parents weren't there to pick us up, so we're like, well, we need to go back in the school to call. So we go back in the school, and the doors are locked. Like, dang it. So we're hoping that somebody will walk through, and we're pounding on the front doors, and we look over, and there's this glass wall along there. It's the Wall of Champions, and we see him walk from one pillar to the next, and then there's like a 2-foot section of glass, and then there's a door. And we both see him, and we run over to that door to cut him off so he'd let us in the school so we could call our parents. And he gets to that next pillar, which is like 2 or 3 foot wide, doesn't come out the other side.
What kind of mushrooms did you pick on the way?
No, I'm not.
Was it that other trip you guys had?
No. Like, no. So it was, it was wild. And then you think about it, that hallway was completely dark. But we saw him plain as day. I described to a person from the school exactly what he looked like. They showed me a picture. This guy had died of suicide, like
Whoa.
It's okay.
Like-
you can say it.
like 10 or 15 years previous.
Whoa.
And it was that guy.
Dude, that's
It
really
was and
fucked up. now you say
and one of
that.
my buddies' dads was a custodian at the school, right? And he would be in there, and he would like turn off lights on him and like shut doors, and it was friendly, right? Like it wasn't a scary ghost,
It's Casper,
Casper.
the friendly
Yeah,
ghost.
right?
That's good.
Um,
That helped me.
but yeah,
accept him a little bit easier,
He'd say he's like I never saw him, but like pretty much once a week, like something would happen where I'd be vacuuming in a room and the door would just, or I'd shut a door and turn the radio off and turn the lights off, and I'd go back there 5 minutes later, which was his office, and the door would be open, the lights were on, and the music was on.
We have alibis, alibios. You know what I mean? This isn't just
I'm not
one
kidding you.
sighting from one stoic.
I don't tell
I
Oh.
have yet to see a ghost.
There was also a
or
master
an
of the
alien.
custodial arts that witnessed
Yep.
this ghost multiple times. Or janitor, if you want to
Yep.
be a dick about it.
They also went to the same school, so I'm not saying much, but might be the Pierce education
well,
system.
man.
I'm just saying,
I don't
life is a little bit like I got more questions than I do answers. That's my stance. Okay. So
I'm
we-
just
we-
saying I know what I saw, and everybody. I don't tell very many people this story because you always get like the weird, like, ugh. But
dude. No, I respect it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I respect a good hallucination.
See, and this is why I
That
don't.
stuff
No,
was
no, no.
good.
No, no,
Jesus.
No, okay,
I had more.
I
good
got your
stories,
back,
but now
bro.
I can't tell you.
I got your back. I got your back. Okay.
Okay.
Like, one thing you mentioned was suicide. Okay, and this is a little deep, and like, not trying to get there, but my uncle committed suicide, and I've only fucked with a Ouija board one time.
Okay.
But I wasn't touching that Ouija board, and my friends were. And it felt like I talked to my uncle through that Ouija board.
That's
and it's
crazy.
just interesting that, that parallel.
Right.
Do you think that kind of stuff works for people who don't believe it? like Ouija boards. I'm like, haha, that's funny.
actually a really good point.
Like, I'm intrigued.
What kind of
because I don't.
responses did you get to make
I think
it feel?
you're right. I actually agree
Like,
with
I
you.
would be
Go
intrigued to
ahead.
try it.
What kind of responses did you get to make you feel like you were like
Tapping
talking
out for
to-
a second.
No problem, darling. No problem,
Bathroom
darling.
break. No, I would be intrigued by the Ouija board because I'm like, I want to laugh at all of you.
So I think you made a really good point because it's like,
Like, do
okay,
you see what you want to believe?
does depression exist if you had no idea depression existed, right?
Right.
You wouldn't be depressed. If there wasn't 2 school shootings till there was 1. Right? And school shootings, for example, have magnified because of school shootings, not for any other reason. So it's like, if you're willing to accept something as truth, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Whether you believe you can or can't, you're right either way. Like I do agree with you on that, to an extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still have more questions than answers.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we're getting deep here. We're getting deep here. And I appreciate you being open-minded to your husband tonight and his ghost stories.
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
As a kid, I had a closet door slam, and there was no wind or draft in the house, and I thought that was pretty scary, and it might have been a ghost, dude. So, like, I want you to
And
know,
Seth had
I don't think you're crazy.
Seth had a ghost cat.
dude, I heard about that was on like Straight Cast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, Fighter had a ghost cat.
Hey, Rich, get in here. I want your thoughts on this. Get in here, bud. Get in here, bud.
Mountain Dew man.
Get in here, bud.
That's where all my
Hi,
Mountain Dew went.
Rich.
You probably drank it.
Yeah. I really wanted him in on the jerkbait conversation, but I think ghosts. I don't think Rich. How do you feel about ghosts, Rich?
Rich seems like a ghost guy.
I don't have time for ghosts.
No.
Whether they're there or not,
Right. Like, just don't bother him.
it doesn't bother me either way.
Right. I like you.
I give no F's about ghosts.
No F's. I like that.
Like,
dude.
this might be, it is sketchy. I know it's sketchy because RJ creeps him out. But, like, I used to have picnics in the cemetery with my grandma.
Yep, no
Like-
chance.
I
like,
gotta be honest with you. That's a little fucked up. to me.
Why?
Like,
It's how I coped.
No, but
Okay, I'm sorry,
She's
like-
not saying with her. She went and sat next to where her grandma's site was and like enjoyed a moment.
Yeah, but
Not
in
at
the
night,
dark,
right?
In the dark.
No, but I would
Okay.
have a sleepover in the cemetery. Absolutely. Like, there's a cemetery next door. I'd go walking.
No.
yeah. How about
Because
no?
it's a
How
park.
about no?
It is a
Wow.
park.
Right.
See,
It is not a park. It is a.
Wait
it
till
is
you
a
see a
park.
ghost.
It's a parking lot for bodies.
I can't get him
Yeah.
to go visit his grandpa.
It's a parking lot for bodies. I don't know where the souls go, but it's a parking lot for a lot of bodies in that park. You're picnicking in and sleeping in.
Well, there's a lot of dead
Have some
animals
decency.
buried on farmland, but does that keep you from going there?
Well, we have no idea what's been churned up.
right.
Yeah, it's not like we
you-
marked
like,
it. It's
yeah,
not like
you
we
don't
marked
know.
it out with headstones. You
This
know.
Earth's probably shifted poles
Don't
8
tell me your
times.
cat
I mean,
doesn't have a
There's
headstone.
probably 8 civilizations of things under us.
I've parked at the cemetery to go wading in the river for smallies.
That's worth it. That's 100%
Oh.
worth it. I'm
Yeah,
more
but
on
you
that
didn't go
train.
hang out in the cemetery.
I bet if the creek was there, you'd go.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go in the cemetery.
What if the creek ran through the cemetery?
We have to drive through the cemetery to get to the parking spot.
Yeah, but
Maybe
you didn't
we're
go
on
hang out.
Indian burial ground here. Maybe that's the issue.
Oh,
you know what I
I
mean?
can see it.
Maybe we just need to move that way or this way. Like maybe we're on like running.
We're on
bull.
territory.
Like the
Right.
chief. A chief ghost would fuck me up.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Too far?
It's interesting.
There's
Just
a
never
lot
know
more
what you're
I
gonna
could
is
talk
say.
about here.
Is it the wind walker or the ranch down in Arizona or New Mexico, Arizona?
What is it?
Skinwalker Ranch. You
That's
ever
a
seen
thing?
That? Yeah.
No, what is this?
It's like a bunch of weird stuff happens there.
Really?
Yeah, like aliens and ghosts and it's all kinds of weird
Is it
stuff.
near Area? Well, isn't Area 51 in? Is that Arizona or Nevada?
New Mexico.
New Mexico. Ah,
It's right
hey,
on.
See, he's so educated.
He like
I love
he's
his
holding
thoughts.
back a lot right now. Like, did
It's
they?
just common knowledge for
Are you-
people? I think.
Well, you have a family, dude. You have a family, so I understand.
And I'm old
Like,
and I have gray hair.
I don't
so
have
know
a family.
things.
I don't got nothing. To
I have a
lose,
beard
man.
and I know things.
Dude. It is
What
a
else
nice
do you know?
beard.
Jerk
I don't think we
baits.
want to know everything he knows.
I mean, I know that you can cast a re-range farther than a 110.
That's not
I was
true.
going to say, like, Bankston told me about how you were out casting them and whacking them on the river because he had a re-range and Bankston had a 110. So, like, that
They're good
110,
pike baits.
like, I know you
Feel
like
bad
your
if you lose
110,
one.
but if the winds are blowing, you maybe can't throw it far enough. Ooh.
It sounds like you're cracking your rod tip every time you throw. Have you thrown one?
Oh, yeah, it's like, pow, shotgun.
Right.
Shotgun blast.
Right. Yeah, Rich took me out and showed me that here. It was last year, right? No, they throw nice.
Did you buy any?
Well, actually, I tried, but everywhere was sold out, and I gave up.
I am curious. I think so. I have to pee quick, but I am curious, like, if there were like an apocalypse of sort, like how we would prep for it, like as fishermen. I have a plan, but I don't know about. I feel like RJ has a plan.
Yeah, RJ does have.
Like
I'm
now
gonna
that I
disclose it
figured
for
his
you.
hat is encapsulated with tinfoil, he has a plan.
His plan is that
This is all a setup, isn't
Mega
it?
Bass 110s will become the ultimate trading currency
Yes.
in the apocalypse, and that's how he will
Oh my
rule the
God.
world.
Hey,
Yes.
tin hat's a good hat, bud. Got more questions than answers,
Do
right?
you even know where the bathroom is?
No, I was just gonna ask you.
Joe can
That
show
way?
you.
Okay. Thank you.
I wouldn't use that one. He missed
Poor
it.
guy.
He went by it.
It's probably better.
Hey, over here.
Oh, dude, man.
Your first drive.
Tour the whole house.
Like, geez, there's a padlock for the bathroom.
Do you want to take over?
So what's your plan for the apocalypse? Since we already know RJ's plan,
I like butterflies and rainbows.
you're just gonna go down. Like if the world's ending, you're just like I'm this.
I know he can't protect me because
It all
he likes
depends on
he
like,
likes
what
to be
the-
like peace out, Girl Scout.
Well, it all depends on what the apocalypse is, right?
Or let's just say zombie apocalypse,
Zombies.
Walking Dead style.
So there was a bat in our garage one time.
That's a lot less scary than zombies.
Not really. Exactly. That's my point. He can't save me. We had a bat in our garage one time with we had our Jeep without the top on, and a bat comes in the garage.
I went under the Jeep.
He's like, Amy, help! And he falls and smokes around and crawls under the Jeep and leaves me with the bat.
Bill's
So
not
I
impressed.
was scared until I saw he wasn't going to save me.
That's
What
a
did I
scary
do?
story.
I shut the garage door and I left him. I was
Darling,
like,
I hate
"Peace
to interrupt
out."
you, but I need to air something out right now. I just walked in that bathroom, and I'm pretty convinced Kyle Patrick is in the Illuminati, okay? There's a goat picture.
There's goats all over this house.
Have
I've
you
yet to see a
seen,
goat.
like, movies where,
The goat, yeah.
like, with the horns?
Yep. The devil goat.
I don't know if I want to sleep here, man.
I know.
Like that goat is not happy either.
I can't tell if you're
Like,
serious.
it's not a happy goat, okay?
It reminded
That goat
me of
is
a
not
movie.
happy.
It reminded me of the start of a scary movie when that neighbor came down out of nowhere to knock on our door to hand us ice bags and then told us that the house burned down and nobody technically died in here. and then he disappeared and he was
He
he was
died
going
of
to come
smoke
back for
ventilation
steaks
2
on
days
Friday
later.
night and he never showed back up.
Rich, please fix that.
But that thing fell over on its own how many times?
Dude,
lot.
I will fix it.
Or was it not on its own?
And that goat is not happy, okay?
What if it was the goat that knocked it over?
I'm telling you right now, like there's a weird magnetic pull in this house.
Rich, what separates you, like,
Whoa.
on your podcast? Like, what makes you different?
I think.
This is my
Talk
first
about
podcast,
aliens.
by the way.
Just the live interaction with the chat board and the community,
Yeah.
and slightly below average guests.
Hey, I was a guest once.
So is RJ.
Yeah,
That's true.
he was.
He's like,
Hey, Norsetter, them are
Wait a
fighting
minute.
words. He called you a below average guest.
and Leitner was not. Literally everybody
Leitner.
but everybody but
He
Bill
called us all
and Amy
below
has been on
average.
my podcast in this room.
Below
Well,
average.
and Dexter. But he's like 12.
I don't think, like, he's of age yet. You have to have a guardian sign on that.
I think my youngest guest was Brennan Berglund.
You know, you got to start somewhere.
How do I know that name?
You won the state tournament on leech.
Because he bought batteries.
Oh, he did buy batteries from me. He was having issues with his battery, and we sent him to one of our dealers down in South Carolina, and he's a good dude.
I wonder where he found out about those. Probably chance.
Google.
SEO.
All right. How long before that goat in the bathroom fucks us up again?
I give it 5 minutes.
I don't
You
know.
think so?
Are you serious? It doesn't just fall off by itself.
It has never done that till I got here, dude. I don't know. Like, what?
It happened twice already or 3 times?
Twice. And this is the third time it's on.
I don't know. There's a lot of things in this house that were done cheaply. I mean, it works for an Airbnb, but like maybe it's just like unleveled.
I honestly think like there's magnetics to it too, and we're in a kitchen, and there's like metal around too. So like,
And lightning outside.
oh, and there's a storm. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
Yeah.
So like, this is technology I don't know how to reverse engineer yet. So like, you can't totally understand something until you can build it yourself. You guys can
Right.
probably like. So yeah, I don't know, but that goat
See, and that's
still
where I
like,
just logic,
fucking
like,
me
it's
up
lightning,
a little
it's
bit.
fine.
That goat, I don't trust that goat in there. Is all I'm saying.
I wouldn't either.
And that's where butterflies and rainbows come into it, you know? Just happy thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. Pre-spawn. If you're fishing pre-spawn,
Oh, Lordy.
what's your favorite fishing lure? Like, and where's your favorite place to throw it?
Whatever RJ gives me. He hooks me up with the best.
So you do listen to him sometimes.
Her favorite way to catch him is the drop shot.
Drop, shot, and lock it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Or pop, lock,
Pop,
and
lock, and drop it.
Pop, drop,
Right.
and shot.
Pop, drop, and shot it. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Remix, maybe. Right? Yeah, that's what the girls look like.
Yeah.
You guys jam that in the
Yeah.
club.
On the boat.
Drinking the water, just get all thirsty.
Yeah.
Rich is like, where the fuck are we? Too far? What's your thoughts on that limited color? Pretty, like, that is not, like, I don't know what.
I didn't buy any.
It's not
does that tell you
yeah,
anything?
like, that is not, that
And
is
there's
Pro Blue.
only one color. Everybody had 10,000 pegs of them. There was plenty of inventory after
I-
the show.
Goddamn pen is blue.
I feel like a complete idiot. I went to one of the vendors that had them, like before, because we got in before everybody else, so I was there before everyone, and I bought 8 of them, thinking I was being sly.
Because you
And I
like,
went
well,
by,
I'll keep 4 and I'll sell 4.
and I went by them today, and they still had pegs and pegs of them. And I'm
It's probably the first time Megabass hadn't sold out of jerkbaits at the Classic.
like, right. Usually it's on day 1. They're gone.
Back to the apocalypse. You missed that while you were in the bathroom.
Dang
but
it.
This is RJ's plan for when zombies take over.
I love that plan. Mine's not too far away.
I'm gonna sell jerk baits. A
Oh.
lot.
See, that's
That's
okay.
trading.
See, I was thinking he was gonna like use that as a weapon.
Oh no
You know,
no!
When
we
all the bullets
we
run
buy
out.
these just to look at
That's
them.
the ultimate currency
Oh.
in the apocalypse.
You think so?
Megabass jerk baits. Yeah, zombies love megabass jerk baits.
We have a lot of these in my house that
Really?
I'm not allowed to touch.
Okay. Now, what does she have a lot of in the house that you're not allowed to touch?
I don't think we can talk about that.
Not the answer I was expecting, but
You played that cool, darling. That was good.
nothing
Wow.
surprises me anymore.
Sorry, I'm in Oklahoma, so I'm just calling like every person darling.
Darling?
Yeah, like
I like
yeah,
it.
get my Southern belle on.
I like it.
Yeah, sorry.
We should bring that back.
I agree. Please, thank you, sir, ma'am,
Yes,
darling.
courting, not dating.
Courting.
I want to court.
What the fuck's that?
It's
Sounds dumb.
courting. It's dating.
Courting?
Yeah, courting. Like
Courting.
I want to court you.
She wants to be wooed.
I would like to court you.
Yeah. The next
That
date you go
sounds
on, you
like-
should try that.
Nobody
No,
likes
oh my
court.
gosh.
Nobody likes court.
You
Yeah,
say
that's
that to
fine,
me,
but-
I would be a ball of butter. They melt my heart.
If somebody's
A ball of
May
I would
I
like to
court you
court
to
you.
dinner?
Yeah. Oh my god.
may I court you to dinner?
Yes.
Amy, do you wish that RJ looked at you the way he looks at 110s?
110%. Yes. There's a pink one, right? And I want it. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
that
allowed to
one's
have
sweet.
it.
RJ, what's your favorite 110 color to jerk off to? Go.
morning dawn.
You didn't have to think because, like, well, obviously.
Obviously, I've done it before.
Good housekeeping.
Depends on the mood. Does he have like?
Feeling more simple, elegy bone. Feeling bougie, morning dawn.
What about like what's the tequila?
Tequila sunrise.
It's amazing. He knows them all of them.
What about matte
Is there like a
finishes?
frozen
You can't
tequila?
change
Is that
those
one?
enough?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tequila. Yeah. Yeah. There's frozen tequila. Yeah. Yeah, frozen tequila.
What's your rarest
Oh.
110 color you have? Or the most sought after or most desirable?
Well, we have a couple of those.
I think the rarest one is probably soda bone. Or I'm sorry, soda inlet. Got a soda bone as well.
Soda inlet.
Soda inlet. It's like a
They call
baby
it pop
blue.
where I'm from.
It's like a baby blue, clear. It's pretty cool. That's probably the rarest, but the most expensive one is probably.
His eyes light up when he talks about
Oh
it.
yeah, he's like
See a
looking into the
twinkle. They're
light.
starting like twinkle.
He could
Got
cry.
the twinkle in them.
Morning
twinkle.
Dawn. Morning Dawn is by far the most expensive.
It's sped up all by itself. Okay, now it's never
I
spun
would
this fast.
say malfunction.
Maybe. Warranty claim denied.
Oh, I like that.
I just saw the door close, and then I just realized it was Bill, but I couldn't see him at first because he was on deal. I was like, oh, the
thought it
door
was
just
a ghost.
closed. Door just closed. No
Breast
open.
cancer awareness.
Oh,
My
I
mom,
just.
my mom,
Oh,
yeah,
what?
she's, yeah.
This is for your mom.
Love you, Mom. Please, I hope you haven't listened this long.
Yeah. You put this out
Just
as a
make
short.
crop it out in honor of my mother.
Anyway, my apocalypse plan is to find an island. And I'm going to have a fair number of bullets, but I understand that if I'm going to survive that long, I'm going to run out, right? So, spent most of my life with a baitcaster in my hand of some sort, right? And I feel like there's like, I don't know, you watch like The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, you know the chick who's just like a badass?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be like that, but with like a baitcaster with 65-pound braid that can just far yet accurate, right?
And
With,
throwing
like,
stars, like
yes, and some sort of maybe a counterweighted knife or some sort of star blade, and then like a steel leader that is sharp, like that's about 4 feet long, right?
right. Razor wire. Constantine.
Zombies dead, like
You should try out for the next season.
150-foot range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No backlash.
You definitely look
No
like you could be
backlash.
on that show.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. You're gonna make me blush. Jeez, that's good. Okay. Wow.
If
That's
fishing
like,
doesn't work out for you, I think
that's
you
the
could
best
do that.
compliment I've gotten all weekend, and it just makes me understand that like maybe I need to choose people who treat me better. in
Yeah,
life.
absolutely.
Yeah, and value myself. and
You
learn
said,
to
like,
love
life is
myself,
short.
Life is short. You're right.
You
You're
shouldn't
right.
surround yourself with bad people.
Don't run away from your feelings, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Embrace them.
Absolutely.
Why does Rich look so sad?
All right,
He
let's change
always-
the color. This
he
is
always
getting
has
this is
that
getting a
look.
little weird. Let's
Oh, I
change the
love
color.
the pink.
See, no, it gets me to a weird emotional state. You just saw it. Okay. Let's go.
Yes.
That's like a magenta.
Fuchsia?
Is it fuchsia? Fuchsia? Is that fuchsia?
It looks
Like
like
Morning
it.
Dawn.
It's like looks
That
like
is
a,
morning dawn.
That's ugh.
looks like a pale
That's-
magenta.
That's making me feel weird.
Pale magenta, like more of a matte
Light.
finish.
Like with
Matte
climbing the ropes in
magenta.
gym class, weird.
Morning dawn.
I wanted my new shower that color, and RJ wouldn't let me.
That'd be a good color RoboWorm right there.
Yeah.
A little blue on the belly, you know?
Yeah.
I'd throw
I
that.
don't think they make
You'd
that.
throw that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let me, but I would.
He told you that's the deal. I like that
Ooh,
one.
I like
Like
that
a
one.
nice minty blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ever throw that Mega Bass jerk bait color? You know the one I'm
That's
talking
like,
about, like with the weird green with like
It's probably
the,
in my box at home.
It looks like it'd be a good Great Lakes type color. It's got a little yellow in it.
I literally just throw the rearrange in Secret Shad too.
I don't get real crazy about
That's
it.
like the color of
We're on
the
an adventure right now, so
inlet soda.
inlet soda right there.
Right.
Okay.
Soda inlet.
See, I'm bored. I want to talk about ghosts again.
Yeah.
Like that's cool, right?
What color were you talking about?
Which one?
That one.
This
in a
one?
Megabass color.
that natural minnowy looking one that's got like a green back, clear belly, and like a little bit of like gold like
Gold.
around the head. Yeah. It's called probably like natural something.
Yeah.
Ito natural. Ito
Yeah.
97F natural something or other.
Right. There's a lot of weird names.
300 yen later.
Unless the guys at Waypoint hook you up, and you can use what code to save on that?
They aren't carrying Megabass
Oh
yet.
yeah, that's right.
Just,
Sorry,
but-
edit that out.
No, I mean it's the truth. They want to.
So Megabass, if you're listening,
Megabass is, I mean,
They've got a lot of the JDM
Slow to the
stuff, though,
party.
right?
They have everything besides.
They're like the go-to place in Minnesota for
Dude, it's
for
been
JDM.
Yeah, I have like alien technology in the back of my truck, like a box of it. If you wanted to see some yet,
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you tonight, Teal.
are you gonna let him spend some money tonight yet?
On alien stuff?
No.
It's like no. What are we
No,
buying?
U.S. made.
What are we buying?
No, it's made in the U.S.
Are we talking fishing?
RJ, what are we talking about here?
What are you trying
Alien
to buy?
technology.
fishing alien technology.
I mean, I don't typically get a say, so
Does he get a say in what?
he doesn't care.
Hey guys, Gaff with Waypoint English Supply here. Just wanted to highlight the fact that we have the big bass resource right here. Obviously, everybody in Minnesota knows about Kitex and the littler swim baits like these bait labs here. But we're here to have the big baits here in the store. We got Huddlestons, we've got the dangerous swim baits, the jointed claw glide baits, and the bull shooter glide baits. But it's not only the baits. We've got big rods, big reels, big line, and all that good stuff for you guys to go ahead and chase your biggest fish of your life. So swing on into Waypoint English Supply and get hooked up with the biggest tackle around.
Supreme Lurico introduces a revolution in bass fishing with our triumphant trio, the Supreme Slug, Lil Slug, and Slaw. Leading the charge is the Supreme Slug, a legend revived after 2 decades. Its unique shape and built-in hook slot redefine tactical brilliance on the water, giving you an edge like never before. But the saga continues with the Lil Slug, a miniature powerhouse that mirrors the majesty of the Supreme Slug. Don't let its size fool you. It packs the punch needed to lure in those elusive bass. And for the ultimate bass feast, there's the Slaw, a craw representation with the same irresistible characteristics as the Supreme Slug. It's bass seduction at its finest, designed to trigger predatory instincts. Exclusively crafted for bass enthusiasts, Supreme Lurico brings you a trio that's not just baits, they're bass magnets. Supreme Lurico, cast in gold, reel in glory.
Well, you want an interesting topic since you're bored with fishing?
Yeah.
RJ, where's your favorite place to get pedicures?
Oh,
You get them petties, bro?
he loves them.
Are you serious? Thank you. I had no fucking
I'm
clue.
actually impressed that he's embarrassed by this right now because he's like,
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
he used to be so embarrassed by it, and then like now when his friends said, I was like, man, you should come with us.
Well, he wouldn't be embarrassed if he didn't snap us pictures of his feet from
Dude,
the
I
pedicures.
respect a man who's comfortable with his own sexuality, and at the end of the day, I've never had a petty. I don't know.
It would
what
change your life.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's good.
So,
Leitner, get over here. We got a question for you.
He's a good one to ask.
Norsetter, Leitner, get over here. What? We're talking pedicures, and I know you know about them. Bullshit. You've had one. First step's admitting it. It's the first step.
Have you ever had one?
RJ gets pedos.
He does.
I mean, petties.
I'm not surprised.
I meant petties. That's why I called you over.
He's a good dad.
No, Amy drugged me there.
Amy drug him. Actually, do you want to know the first pedicure he ever had?
Yes.
Was on our way to the open house at Intune last year.
Bro, the worst is when your guy FaceTimes you and he's getting a fucking pedicure done. Like, there's some day cover, you know
Get on the mic right now, Mr. Norsetter. Goddamn. We ain't that cool. Get over here, dude. He was proud?
Oh, yeah.
He was proud? I respect that. I respect the proud.
I thought he could keep a secret.
I just assumed that you wanted people to talk about as many snaps of your feet as you said.
Yeah. Which is also
It's
interesting
only
because he
happened
hates
twice.
feet. Hates feet. Twice? It was a monthly occurrence for a while, guys.
Well,
Actually, you should see his toes right now because on Monday he's like, we need to go get pedicures. I need one.
it's like the easiest way to get your toenails clipped, right?
Well, or just
Yeah, sure.
I can check emails.
Multitasking.
It's efficient. It's efficiency is what it is.
It's an efficiency tool.
I would also like to include that when I go, I just go for the polish typically, right? And the first time I took him, he's like flipping through the book.
There's
It's the
different
most
packages.
expensive package you could get for a pedicure. He's
I
like,
wanted the whole
is it worth it? I
experience.
was like, I don't know. I've
If
never
I was
done
gonna
it.
get flack for it, I wanted the whole experience.
Dude, I respect it.
We got like candle wax on our
If
legs.
you're going to do it, you
was
got to
great.
own it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're owning it.
Right.
I respect that.
It makes your feet feel a lot better.
Do they like add like a foot massage and like?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
They
we
do
get the
whole
back
thing.
massage too while we're at
They
it. We
put
pay
hot,
extra for
hot
that.
stones on you. It's like
I'm like
He's kinda
self-conscious
getting
about
that-
my
that
feet,
mega
dude.
bass
I'm like,
look in his
low-key-
eye.
Low key, I'm a little self conscious like about my feet. Like
Oh, he is too.
I don't like a woman, for example. I don't like when she touches like my feet or my butt. Like stay away from back there and
Okay,
stay
well,
away from my feet, kind of thing.
That's
Like,
another conversation.
Well, I
You
don't
should
have
probably
much
get
of a
used to
butt,
that,
and
but-
my feet are huge. So like I don't know.
So
I
if
don't
you
know.
got a pedicure, maybe you'd be more confident.
that you're nervous
in your
about back
toes.
there?
No, it's my feet. I'm self-conscious about my feet, Kyle. I know who I'm comfortable in my own body. Okay,
It's not
I'm
his
owning
feet.
that. I'm owning
Rich, have
it.
you had a pedicure?
nope.
Well, we should do
No
that.
pedos?
We should all do that tomorrow. I would stay longer if we all went and got pedicures together.
Don't have the time tomorrow.
I'd try it once.
Yeah, we should do it.
I'd try any. Yeah,
And I guess if I was gonna do it, I probably would do it with my wife,
dude, do you
That's true.
I got an
Not with
idea.
RJ?
not RJ.
Should we do a podcast pedicure?
Yes. Oh,
Like
to be continued.
get Norsetter pedicured on a podcast? That'd be good. Kyle Patrick, post classic petty.
Kyle Patrick would definitely.
Well, I just think like
Let's do it tomorrow.
I mean, don't you think Tyler Williams and Kyle Patrick should be getting pedicures if
Yeah.
they're gonna just flaunt their feet on
Everywhere.
FS1?
That is true.
We got Florida coming up. That's flip flop weather.
Do you think
that's
we
flip
should
flop
ask
weather?
They're gonna be in
Pinkies
top-
to sponsor
Florida's
Kyle?
flip flop weather. I think we need to do a podcast petty deal tomorrow. Like I need to see what this is all about.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Hey Norsetter,
Bill, you in?
You want to do a podcast petty tomorrow? Yeah, Powerhouse Petty. Powerhouse Podcast Petty, baby. It's like a tongue twister. You could write a little riddle with it. Powder Play, Powerhouse Petty, Powder Puff Petty.
I like it.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled petties.
Have you ever thought about going like Powerhouse Blue nails after the petty?
Yeah, you like on brand with your petties?
I don't do that.
You don't
He
do
won't- he
petties
does-
on
he-
brand?
That's where he draws the line.
Yeah.
No paint?
No paint.
Clear coat only?
Clear coat only. Keep them in top shape.
You go gloss
It
finish or
toughens
matte
it.
finish? You got that matte finish on them
Matte,
toes?
yep.
Matte? Like, hey, I don't want no one to know. Sneaky, like under the radar.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, it's good to keep your nails healthy.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea why, but
It's good bonding.
You keep them Lamborghinis in tip top shape.
That's what he calls it.
honestly, that's a man who values his marriage, I think. Like,
Yeah.
You heard he checks emails and Snapchats Rich during them, right?
So you guys, do you, while you're doing them together?
Yeah.
That's a little rude, RJ.
Oh, mic drop.
I mean, he's busy.
I'm letting
And-
her relax while I'm working.
Do you think it's good for your livelihood for him to, not be on point with his replies and his emails? Like that
I think-
that helps your shoe budget, darling. Like low key.
I'm pretty low maintenance.
No, you're cool. I wasn't saying anything different. Like you're super cool. You're a great girl. You got a really good head on your
I
shoulders.
try.
You're smart.
I try.
Yeah.
I think the more important thing for people that may be watching this or listening is that if you're sending in like customer service requests and they're getting responded, there's a good chance they're being responded from a nail salon.
Yes.
I think there's value to that.
There's value to that. Getting two birds stoned at once, for sure, dude.
That's how it gets done so fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is true. If he was fishing, it wouldn't be that fast.
Does it feel good?
Mm-hmm. My feet are really ticklish, though.
Dude, me too.
They always give me that weird eye when they're doing it because I'm just giggling.
So if RJ's replying to your email, you can know that he's giggling and getting a petty.
Right.
I love that, dude.
That other battery company who don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Where else are you going to get that kind of service?
Totally.
Name one in the comments in the YouTube. Name one other battery company where you get that level of
We
service.
could use some YouTube comments on this for sure. For sure. Males, how do you feel about petties, and are you just a bitch for not trying?
I like it.
I'm going to go with B.
Yeah,
Definitely
B.
Option B. But I hate multiple choice. That was what my least favorite questions. God, I feel like Rich loved multiple choice.
Oh,
I feel like you
he
were
was
multiple
smart.
choice. You're
I'm just
A, B,
I'm just
D,
good at
none
taking
of the above,
tests.
all of the above.
You're good
I
at
looked
taking
forward to taking tests
Seriously?
because I know I would just rock them and be done early.
I wish I was a
You were that kid that didn't ever have to study
I
and
should
could just
have.
show up and rock tests. Oh,
Just pay attention.
Didn't you hate those
we would not have
kids?
been friends.
Just paid attention and did it.
No, I would have sat near you, but
I would have taken full advantage.
like over the left or the right shoulder, but do you at least help others, like the less fortunate? Did you at least help the less fortunate?
He doesn't appear to be that person to me, personally.
New.
Be like,
like a
sorry,
rule
you should have
follower.
listened.
No, he
Rule
does not.
follower. Definitely.
Dude, Rich figures out how to pack boxes the most efficient way to save the most money for shipping at a mass quantity scale. Like, that is a very precise,
Right.
dialed brain.
He's never
Like,
told me that.
Literally just asked me what I did today.
Yeah, and you didn't tell me that answer. He said something else. Something to do with shipping.
It's not my job. I might have got it wrong. I'm sorry, Rich.
Yeah, at a high level, if you want to oversimplify it.
You supervise? Are you in management?
Director.
Director. Beethoven. I like it. Ludwig von Beethoven.
Yeah.
I feel like these guys are burnt.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
I'm with you, but I'm still here. You're still here.
I am still here.
You're still here.
That's right.
You're still here.
And you're still here.
And the ghost
Hey,
is
Billy.
still fucking here, man.
Yeah,
What do you think it was, Bill?
Definitely died in here.
Okay, see, this is where, like, guys,
RJ,
my
dude.
knee bumped the top. So
Kyle Patrick is in the Illuminati. I'm convinced.
RJ,
I'm
let
convinced.
it go. It's good. He's not good at letting things go.
Dude, I feel like we need to move the geographic location of that UFO, like, the next time we try this, because if there's a magnetic pole shift with that, is that a fan?
Yeah.
A ventilation system for the stove and the stainless cookware.
Why are you just trying to make up excuses? I mean, you have airflow in the house that you have the setup on.
I'm trying to accommodate to the more
Is there
scientific,
no metal
less
in the
ghost-believing
building?
viewers. Okay,
Is there no
I mean,
metal
we
in
have
the
a
building?
diverse audience here, and it's good to have a multicultural perspective.
That's how you keep followers.
That's the only reason. No, I'm not pandering here. I believe in ghosts. Don't forget it. This ain't magnetic pole scientific bullshit. This is like real science. Ghosts. Real science. Ghosts. Hard science. Ghosts.
RJ, are you gonna order one of these off Amazon for home?
It's a ghost detector, dude.
It would only
It's
be on-
literally
but-
a ghost detector.
But he would put it on blue and then throw away the remote.
That's like the secret. Like, people think that is a floating moon. No, that's a ghost. I thought it was a floating moon till tonight. That's a damn ghost detector, dude. That is a.
All the white.
You're close, RJ. Has he got it yet?
He's got it twice.
Got it twice.
The thumbnail is we just proved that ghosts are real.
I think
The
this is
title.
a paranormal.
This is where you learn
Declassification.
that packaging is more.
Hold on, let me dust that off. Like, we're getting moon dust on it. It's been hitting so hard. Oh. Bah.
Is that the goat?
That's the goat saying, fuck you. Fuck you. Maybe. Levitation. Nikola Tesla working through
I'm over it.
anti-gravitational.
You've had some random podcasts in your time. Where do you think this one lands in the spectrum?
Second to Willie, probably. So I'm like, I've been recording podcasts since, like, you know that?
Since Nam.
Was that a fart?
What was that?
Was that a fart?
That was the ghost.
Did anybody hear that?
Sounds like maybe we only heard it in our headphones.
Dude, I saw something move over here.
Maybe
No, it
Bill
sounded
outside.
like a door opening. It was.
I saw a door move through a window, RJ, just now. That one.
Bill
So,
must have went outside.
We either had a human fart, a ghost fart, or
Or
like,
Bill-
the door open.
or a door decoy.
Or Bill grabbed Miller Lite from his truck.
I can't blame Bill for that, but
Oh yeah, that's definitely I feel the breeze.
easy on the ghost sounds, Bill. Easy on the ghost
We heard
sounds.
the creak and that almost had me.
Yeah,
that
dude.
almost had me.
Cop needs a new pair of shorts, Bill. Gosh.
So is Joe.
Oh, Joe.
No, this is like when you get like tired, I'm like in the
Delirious?
loopy. I started this podcast right here, folks. I started it in that like loopy, goofy, not give a fuck tired
Like
phase.
the 6th grade
So I'm really
sleepover
sorry
girls that
for
laugh.
People who had to bear through this. If you're still here,
Hey, wait, is this live?
I don't
I'm
think
happy to
anyone
hear that you
is.
do believe in ghosts, and
Only for
thank
the
you for
ghosts.
sticking to this point because we're about to show you these ghosts. Okay, we're gonna take that GoPro in the bathroom. I'm gonna show them that goat, and no, dude, one's a fluke, two's a pattern, 3, tape that rod to your
Confirmation.
hand, dude. This is a
Yeah.
ghost.
Definitely. I
Like,
think the neighbor was on to something.
this wasn't just a podcast. This is a true experiment, and I didn't even know we were about to do that. Who you gonna call? Norsetter.
Where's he at?
He's ready for bed.
Is he?
Yeah.
He goes to bed early every night.
He is the dad.
All right, yeah, that's about enough. Teal's Bass Galaxy, checking in, checking out. See you later.
What?
No, I didn't want shorter today. Oh, you don't? No.
Oh, we're not?
Gotcha. Oh! You thought I was serious?
I mean, that was pretty abrupt.
Did you hear the crowd? Encore. Free bird. Free bird. Free bird. Like, it's Sunday after the Classic.
Right, we should be at the bar.
We're not that drunk. No, we should be at the bar. What are we doing here? We on an Uber there?
I don't know about that.
We
feel
have
like we
a
should go.
17-year-old in the house, guys. We have a driver. We have a designated DD. Because I like
Didn't know
butterflies
that.
and rainbows.
Me too. They're so cool. What's your favorite butterfly?
The pink ones.
Monarch.
Monarch. Yeah,
That's the
thank
only
you.
butterfly
thank
that
you.
anybody knows.
Thank you. Get you in the cocoons. The cocoons.
No, so anyways, so Larry Pierce.
We need some crutches. On aisle 12.
So Larry Pierce. Larry Pierce, right?
Kickstand. Dude, the NSA is about to fuck us up.
Cut.
Cut, motherfucker. Teal's Bass Galaxy. Checking out for real? That's a good encore, though, eh?
Peace out, Boy Scout.
Peace out, Boy
Is there going
Scout.
to be like hidden archives of the uncut versions that you keep in a vault somewhere?
I was going to say, I feel like this is blackmail.
Whoa, I never even thought about that. Like, wow,
Like,
dude,
you
just
could
threw,
ruin
like,
some lives.
You threw some bullets in the chamber. Like, I never even thought about using my powers for evil. Huh. I still like my sleep at night, just so
I
you know.
do.
And I like you
You're
guys.
not a narcissist.
I'm far from it.
We're surrounding ourselves with good people.
I watched Easton Fothergill weigh in today, and I cried.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
shortly, dude.
No, it was cool.
Just cause.
This was our first time watching the
Yeah.
final day, and that was definitely
Live.
goosebump.
There's
moment.
emotions, like, when I watch those. So,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
yeah. I have feelings.
What was?
I like
Hey,
it.
wait.
The
What
pink.
was the? What was
No.
the Hank Cherry speech about?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know
What
some
was
dirt?
that? That was cryptic.
Well, he's playing that 40, you know? That 40 chess.
Right. I don't know what he was trying to say. It was like a Joe Grafman story.
Yeah, no, I think like it was a riddle that like
Right.
I think he knew it's going to take us like a week to probably like figure out the riddle, but Rich probably has the answer.
I mean, I think he's basically hedging his bet that he doesn't really care to double down on front-facing technology, and he's going to just go out while he still has a good legacy in a couple years.
Wow.
He did drop the
But he
4 out of
did-
6 classics or something.
Right, and
He-
the old bobber cricket is your original front-facing sonar.
I didn't totally love that.
Yeah, that means that he has to, after next year, he has to be done because he said that he'll never be back in Tulsa for a classic. We know that it's in the stockyards next year.
Well, he said unless they come back real soon, I'm probably not going to be on a classic stage in Tulsa.
Okay.
So that
maybe-
tells me 2, maybe 3 years tops.
Right.
He's planning to hang it up.
Right.
I mean,
Wow, you're so wise. No, it was insightful.
thank you, Gandalf.
Allegedly.
Thank you, everybody.